Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome into round number 7 of the 2025 MotoOption Supercross Championship live here on Start Your Systems TV. I am Kellen Brower, joined in the booth again this week by the man, the myth, the legend, Andrew Wood. What's up, A-Wood? We missed you last week in Detroit. We had a banger of a main event. We had Jacob Hubbard get back on top, and now we got two 250 East rounds done, and we're back west this week.
Yeah, good to be back as always. My favorite place to be on a Wednesday night. Sad I missed it, but I did get to watch most of it last week, and it's pretty tuned up too, so that was a good time. We got to enjoy it when I wasn't here, and now we're back, and we're getting back to business and back to West Coast, which feels weird to Triple Crowns back to back, but it should be a good night of racing, and LCQ's first. That's our favorite way to go. I
know. It's going to be great tonight. I have to ask your thoughts, though, first. Jacob Hubbard back in the winner's circle. It was over 3 years since that happened, almost 3 years since he had won a 450 main event. Man, it's kind of like the curse broken. We used to make fun of the 6-lap rule with him, but he finally broke through, gets back in the winner's circle. What do you think this does for him now moving forward in this championship?
I think a lot of the 6-lap thing that we would talk about, or 6 minutes or whatever, it was like his own little curse that we'd kind of joke about. But I think a lot of that stems from he's unable to stay competitive maybe late in the races if it's nerves, because he is such a good starter. He's always up front, but he would throw it away. And it's like when you figure out how to not throw it away, then you're going to succeed and be successful. So hopefully he's able to just keep it going and stay smooth after these really good starts. And if we know he's always going to be top 3 on the start. So if he can keep that speed, consistency, battle, and get some more wins down the stretch, we got 11 races to go. I think he can get a couple of them.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get right back up there again this week or not. We do get to go 250 West racing again, which you've seen more of, obviously, than the East. You're only here for one of the East rounds. So far, it's been all Braden Tharp. We'll talk about him in a second, but I guess for the rest of the field, it's kind of fun because now they just get to focus on trying to win races. There's not a championship dynamic, and I think sometimes that even loosens up the rest of the field, especially in the 250 class, to kind of go for it.
Yeah, if you've missed a round and you're like a 5th to 10th place guy, that can change very quickly in sim, especially if you can be a hot lapper, right? You may be putting in a little bit more practice in the week, and you say, I have no real shot at winning this title, but it'd be really cool is getting my first ever win. And so you have people that are going to go and push and try to spice it up. You also have, I guess, whoever's leading the championship, Tharp in this case, is going to maybe back it down a little bit and play safer with points. So I think it's really fun for the rest of the guys in the class to try to get up there and steal some wins away.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about qualifying here tonight and what has happened thus far in Arlington. Remember, top 18 make it directly in. Everybody else heading to the last chance qualifier, which will kick off the night. Very excited to see the LCQs as our number 1 program here this evening. Braden Carter, reigning champ, current points leader, goes fastest at a 48.289. Dylan Delaire, 48.6. Luke Sullivan, 48.8. So what I feel like I see already here, A-Wood, we got something going on this racetrack that these guys have figured out. Top 2 guys are doing. Rest of the field isn't, because you don't normally see over 2 seconds, or that big of a gap, I should say, between these guys all the way down into, like the high 48s from 48.2, I should say.
Yeah, I almost feel like maybe just Carter found something. I think that Dylan Delaire, that 0.6 to 0.8 look really close, but it's just more than a 10th. So, but everyone else is very close. I think Braden Carter himself just found one small different line, and that's what got him that 0.4. That's almost, yeah. So I think that's what Carter did. I think Delaire is close, but yeah, showing some speed. We talked about him before, coming out of nowhere, and he's trying to make a name for himself.
Well, we look down the field here and we see P18 Austin Partlow 49.6, so 48.2 to 49.6. 1.4 seconds is what you needed to make it into the night show straight up.
That's ridiculous.
Ben Nerona, who just won the opening round, I should say, at Tampa, first man out. He's headed to the last chance qualifier. Look, Alexis Leclerc, Tyler Lang in the LCQ here tonight, already starting off in a rough go here, so tough break for them. Spencer Turley just squeaking in 40th, but all these other names you're seeing here are headed right to the LCQ. Let's talk about 250 West. No surprise to see Braden Tharp up top, half second back to Cash Woods, but we're also noticing pretty big gap from the 450 times to these 250 times, almost 2 seconds between the top two. I think there's going to be a few big lines on this track that the 450 guys can do.
I missed a couple sections when we were talking during opening ceremonies, but your hot lap, I did see that the start seems like a very technical rhythm lane, and then followed by a big triple quad that maybe only the 450s are doing, and I think that's going to be maybe half of a second, but 48.2 to 50.0. That's 1.2 second difference between the classes. So there's going to be some big boy 450 lines and maybe just even whoops carrying speed if it's out of I'm not sure where the whoop section is, but yeah, crazy to see a huge difference and way bigger inconsistencies between these guys. So Braden Tharp, I mean, half second, he might just have it on lock, even cruising.
Yeah, I mean, there's some gaps for sure, but we'll see if any of these guys can step it up. Carson West at a 51.9. I mean, look, there's only 1.9 seconds between 1 to 18 in the 250 class, so you could even say there is a little bit of parity. It's maybe just not at the top. We'll go all the way down the field. Zoa Cross sneaks in at a 54.2. Keegan Riley just missing out at a 54.7. A few other names down here going home early. Bummer for Carter Cochran, also going home early here tonight. Tommy Dallaire squeaks in. His brother almost qualifies fastest in the 450 class, and then he just squeaks in here in the 250 class. See a couple other names throughout the field here. All right, let's talk about our standings just really quickly before we jump into the server and talk about this racetrack. Here is your 250 West standings from when we last left you in Glendale. Braden Tharp has pulled this thing out to 27 points over Jed Holyhead, Rogan McIntosh. I mean, like we said, it's about going for race wins at this point. Tharp has to have something super dramatic go wrong at this point for him to lose his championship.
Yeah, he's in the driver's seat, and it's, I mean, with these regional rounds, they're down what, four or five rounds. This is round 5 for them. So, I mean, you're almost halfway there, and you're over a race. Just got to keep it on lock, but just don't miss a main, right? Because what happens if Braden Tharp has one of these catastrophic meltdowns? It is still possible. He's not so far out of it. But Holyhead with a win when he goes out could be a 1-point deal and get himself back in it. So Tharp just needs to focus on getting into the main events. Triple Crown, he already did that tonight, so he's in the points. But keep doing that week after week, and I think this is his.
I just noticed in our YouTube chat that Jet Lawrence's ACL is arguing with Jet Lawrence right now. So bummer break for those two that they have some separation issues going on. 450 standings, though, let's talk about those real quick. It's fun right now. Braden Carter, Colby Eagland, 2 points apart. Look, Eagland, he has not won this title before, but he has been this close so many times before. What's going to be the difference this year for Colby Eagland to finally break through and knock Carter off the pedestal?
I don't know if it's honestly anything that Eagland can do. He's always been this very consistent guy, right? I've talked about before. He has the speed. It's not elite at times, but it's right there. But he has consistency on his side. Braden Carter needs one. There's 11 rounds to go. If one of those is really bad, like we've seen from him, then Colby Eagland might be able to win this thing just by sheer consistency. I think if Colby Eagland finds himself in the top 3 every single round here on out, he's probably going to keep this thing close, if not be winning the championship, be within like 10 points even by the end of it.
Well, this is a look at our standings going into tonight here in Arlington. And now we're going to take a look at this racetrack, if I am able to do so. Probably not, because this game doesn't like to work with me sometimes. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at this racetrack. Am I on the gate? I am, I think. Or nope, I got black flag. Rip, rest in peace,
Chase Sexton's in the chat now.
Oh, Chase Sexton's in it. We just got all these people
he
that
called
are
it a
using
Mickey Mouse
fake
title.
accounts in the chat right now. Hate to see it. All right, so let's talk about this track real quick. Looks like Castellaneta's on the gate, so we'll go ahead and show you guys. I was using Seth Shirley to make the thumbnail earlier, but I'm going to try to ride this track as best as I can, and Awood's going to talk you guys through it a little bit.
Well, we'll talk about it. Long start straight all the way across. Actually, not 2 lanes of a Supercross track, so this is going to be very difficult right here. There's a double inline. I think this is going to be a lot of falls. It looks very technical. A steep downside on that tabletop. And here, Kellen's going to try to bust out and be a quad god.
It's so hard because there's like a lag issue with
the TV
here,
no
so.
That's my excuse every time I try to play is the different setup, and then I go home on my setup and I still can't ride. So big triple quad here. A little, I don't know, can they triple that?
They can, yeah.
Smoothly, so you're tripling there. Braden Tharp also said that he is still 1.2 seconds slower after getting both quads. A big run up though from that triple or the inside single double or double single into the whoops, and then we come across, hit this Supercross triple finish line, which is one of my favorite things, and I wish they did that more often. or quads like Monster Cup and extension jumps. The sand section, though, going to be really tricky with that wall jump. If people like to go outside. Here's a triple single, or what is I saying?
Triple double?
Triple.
You okay?
No. Triple double or a double triple there. So very tight, though. I think you're going to see a lot of passes, maybe mistakes in the sand, let people get up and next to each other right there. So there's a quad in this section. So Tharp was saying you're going to go double over, quad over this table, and a steep downside there, triple in the corner. Kellen's going to nail it this time. Oh, man, if hitting quads was you know what, Kellen's crushing it right now. Actually striking out, but it's okay. That's a lap here around the track at Arlington.
It is Arlington. We are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Arlington pretty much in the middle of Dallas-Fort Worth, between Dallas and Fort Worth.
Yeah, it's just like right there. It's almost like a name for, yeah, it'll be all right.
When the series used to go to Irving, I don't remember anyone ever saying Dallas, but for whatever reason, now that we are going even further away from Dallas to Arlington, I hear people call this race Dallas all the time. For some reason. I don't know what it is.
Well, it's probably the same, like, distance as Glendale to downtown Phoenix, right? But I think we had... maybe
I
even
guess
closer.
You're probably right. Yeah, it's probably about a half hour for both.
But it feels, I mean, when you're a big city with nothing else, we get the hard hitting stuff here. That's about it. Kellen's showing us all the good lines. I do not like if you can't get that quad, which looks like it's going to be hard for everyone, not just 250s, is that a step on to the table and off leaves you with that 5-footer double out, which might be tricky for these guys. We got to probably, I wonder if you can go double quad single there instead of double triple double if you don't quad up. But here we go. Seth Shirley looking good right now. Hopefully just a little bit better in the main event tonight. You almost, that would have been that was some MX Bikes physics right there, where you see your rear end go in front of you and then you just keep riding it out.
I mean, fair point. It is the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, I guess, but that is kind of interesting because
it's true. St. Petersburg, you still say Tampa.
Yeah, whatever.
Like, I'm not going to Tampa. No one actually goes to Rays games, so it doesn't really matter. No one says that sentence, but
I mean, they're not going there anymore either because the stadium is just in shambles right now.
We're going to Florida. I guess they're already in Florida. I'm dumb.
Yeah, the stadium got blown apart by
Hurricane Helene.
Yeah. Irene, is that what it was?
Helene, I think.
Helene?
There's
I don't
two of
remember
them.
what the hurricane was. I don't live in that state.
Kellen just doesn't keep up on.
Hey, I got a call to action for people right now because I want to do this because I haven't ever seen people really take advantage of it. But my boy Doc Smith added to his Instagram story that he is watching the race. He just had surgery this morning. Yes, this morning.
Aww.
So shout out Doc Smith. I want to know what everyone's set up for watching the races. If you're on Instagram, you follow us on Start Your Systems, put your story up, tag us, whatever you got to do. And we'll repost it in our story as well because I'm keen to know like what are people watching?
I do like that, and tag me too at awood729 along with Start Your Systems. I think it's awesome. I like the SMX cum. I love SMX cum, and he always posts his setup, and he'll do like Q&As while he's watching it, and he'll reply to them on his story, and everything is just a different picture of his monitor at different parts of the race throughout the night on Sim. So I've seen some big screen TV setups, people chilling on the couch. We have a lot of viewers still really far into the season too.
Yeah.
YouTube and Twitch. Thank you for wherever you guys are watching. And yeah, show us and shout us out and let's see it. Yeah,
tag us in your guys' stories, and I'm keen to see what the setups are. What do you think?
Chase Sexton's front tires in the chat now. Can I ban him?
Do you think we could ever get to the point, Awood, where like you call your buddies over, grab a beer, you watch Supercross together? Can we get buddies to come over and grab a juice box and watch MX Sim racing together?
Do you think anyone's ever had a sim watch party?
That's what I'm saying, man.
I wonder,
can we normalize this?
I wonder. I would like to see that, just because I bet you there was other things happening. You get 3 dudes in one room, you never know what's going to happen. But I bet you at like a lot of these riding facilities, I know like when all of our friends would be at south of the border or whatever, they would like play together in the lobby or whatever. But
I'll tell you what's going on right now, Haywood.
there's
We
some
got the
people.
250 LCQ ready to go here in Arlington. Only 4 spots go to the main event, and we're off and running for this thing. Who's going to get the all-important hole shot? Is that Joey Carter poking a nose out there? No, it's Timmy Briscoe, actually, on the 93. Thought it may have been the 83, but it's Briscoe who nearly gets the hole shot. Caden Speck goes to the race lead, and we're off and running here in Arlington.
Yeah, Briscoe slightly bobbles that start, but look at this. Big line, triple, single, going to the outside, but hits the brakes hard and actually loses the spot. Almost gets cleaned out as Dustin Garrett makes the move around him. Great move by Dustin Garrett there to see that. Thought Briscoe had the preferred line, but does not. Oh, and look at this. 3 wide. NASCAR going down the whoops. Oh, and Ryder's down.
Who's that going down as Evmoof moves by? Jack Gatlin runs into...
no.
Who is this down? Barry Brands. Oh, bummer
no.
for impact. BXR. I don't know if he was going for FXR and mistyped right there or not, but we've got a chaotic mix going on up front right here. Timmy Briscoe now goes to the race lead over Dustin Garrett. Here's Caden Speck trying to take second, gives him the business, puts Dustin Garrett in the dirt. He's going to be dusting himself off, no pun intended there, shortly, as Evan Vanderkoy now moves into the final transfer spot. Briscoe, Speck, Famador, and Vanderkoy here at the end of one full lap.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it's just kind of back, we're in the LCQ watching Ev move, but he's not doing that big quad overline. Will be interesting to see how many of maybe the top 4 that qualify through are using it on a consistent basis. So going to have to keep an eye out for that. But Ev move trying to work his way up. Ooh, catches weird on the brakes right there and puts himself up into the bales. Gets a good run. Thought he was going to have some pressure from behind, but gets a good run through the whoops as we have another rider going down. Those whoops in the 250 class, man, they have just been death. So we lost a rider out of 5th. Logan Mortberg, though, holding on. Has him in the sights, but not super close. So still some breathing room, but Mortberg with some nice move. Ooh, you see that pre-jump into the sand wall? Hits it low and then dives to the inside. I like that, Logan.
You know what I want Logan Mortberg to do? He's a good real-life racer as well, so shout out Logan Mortberg racing with us. I feel like, low-key, it would be sick if he always ran the Zoidberg butt patch, because it's like, you know, the like robot sound effect or whatever, but from Futurama Zoidberg, and then he goes woo, 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 when he wins races and stuff. That'd be sick. Ev move hits him as they cross over each other, and it is Mortberg now going into the final transfer spot. Actually, no, that was Caden Speck. I thought that was Ev move. It was Speck, actually, of the EVP program. So it was the other EVP Honda rider going backwards. And now Speck has got some work to do. He's in 8th.
Oh, yeah. And so Ev move actually moved up or stayed there. Speck, though, going down. Saw someone else going down in front of him and decides to join him and lays right next to him. Dustin Garrett is the one going through right here. So Dustin Garrett's in 5th, 1 spot out. Logan Mortberg, though, still holding on to 4th. But that's I guess the only thing. We will have to do lit kit tonight. With these military appreciation kits. Thank you for everyone who created some kits and sent them in. But also the fact that a lot of the guys wear the same thing.
You got to go see the most recent story we just got sent to us. I don't even know if I want to repost that. Oh, God.
Kellen, I was going to wait
till... Did you see that?
No, hold on, I'm going. Okay. I was going to wait till between races, though, and I kept seeing you check your phone. I thought there was something else.
Look at that while I call this action.
Did you repost it?
I did not.
Did I get tagged?
I think you got tagged. Let me check.
My notifications aren't like updating. Oh, maybe I gotta go DMs.
You did. You got tagged in it. It's from definitely not Brianda something. Okay, so here's Timmy Briscoe, Jose Famador, Logan Mortberg is invisible. It's invisible. See, do I post that? I don't know if I do.
I think we have too many kids.
Oh man,
it's a Photoshop though, which is I thought it was real. Definitely not Brian Deegan. It's his Instagram.
Oh my gosh. Do I post that? I don't know.
Why not?
Okay.
I mean, there's so much worse shit that I say nonstop every night. Oh, this guy's got a sick, dirty heads. I'll post a couple of you on my private.
No one go look at our most recent story.
Oh my goodness. Refresh that SYS Instagram.
Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. It's Briscoe leading from Famador, Mortberg, and Dustin Garrett now moving into the final transfer spot. So Ev move went backwards. He was up there. He is now 8th. Caden Speck has worked his way back to 6th. Ryan Anderson is now closing up from 5th place, trying to get that gap down. So if you're Dustin Garrett here, you're sitting on the bubble, a little bit of a vulnerable position, of course, but he does have a little over 2 second gap back to him. And we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. Time will expire this time by, so I think Timmy Briscoe is going to get the white flag out front. And we are off and running here in Arlington and about to wrap up this LCQ as Dustin Garrett goes for a ride. Is this going to cost him a transfer spot? It might, as here comes around the outside. That is Ryan Anderson making the pass, and Speck went down. Garrett tries to rebound here and go through this rhythm section a little bit cleaner, but it's not over yet. Anderson in the final transfer spot.
Yeah, man, what a bummer right there to just mess up a rhythm on the last lap, unable to get it, but still in a closing room, I guess. Pray that something happens in the whoops. So one more actually full lap for these guys as the leader was already by. They're just a little far back. Timmy Briscoe has this one in the bag if he doesn't drop 4 seconds to Hamador. And Famador, what's his name? Jose
Famador, yeah.
Jose Famador. So these are the guys we're keeping an eye on here. Let's see if we can make a move back, Dustin Garrett, or if Ryan Anderson can hold on to this thing, bring it home. But this track has shown to be a little bit tricky. These rhythm sections, these guys not nailing it.
Blocks. Dustin Garrett can feel it. He's closing that gap down. Anderson nails the triple on, and Garrett's off the track. That might be the nail in the coffin. We'll have to see. Meanwhile, Timmy Briscoe is going to win this LCQ. He's going through to the 3 main events. Jose Famador is down at the end of the whoops. Mortberg is going to get a little bit of an advantage. Anderson and Dustin Garrett are still going at it. If you're Dustin Garrett, you just go 5th tapped into the whoops right here, right? Here we go.
Yeah, full send.
Full send into the whoops. He gets him pretty good. He's going to get close, but not close enough. Ryan Anderson goes through by 0.7 of a second.
That was a lapper, dude. You got to see that, though, and be like, I hope that's someone else. Then maybe you already know second finish, right? But gives you that little glimmer of hope, a perfect and fast run through the whoops. But just going to come up short. Made the mistake all on his own. Won a lap and a half before the finish line and misses out on the night show. Someone in chat said that I'm assuming people are starting to see this on SYS Instagram story, but someone said it's taller than 2 Martin brothers in a trench coat.
Oh, man. The chat's undefeated, man. Can you can we get an F to pay respects in chat for the Martin brothers, both hanging up the boots?
Hanging up the boots.
And apparently
both short.
Not very tall.
Not very tall.
Oh, man. The Dong Lord in the chat, man. I hate to see that. All right, 250 LCQ done. 450 LCQ coming up. We still got some fun coming your way. Let's tell you guys who is in this one because it's going to be a doozy. Jeff Cooper, Ethan Parks, Adam Holm, Killian Ortiz, John Heilman, Caleb Hall, Austin Partlow, Joseph Pilsner, Devin Davis, Jared Gummison, Spencer Turley, Ethan Gers, Ash Deering, Alexis Leclerc, Tyler Lang, Austin Schaefer, Xander Brion, Tyler Shields, Alec Horn, Colin Allen, Ben Nerona, and Brandon Larson in this LCQ. I don't get it.
I'm going to call him Benjamin. Dude, this RMX training facility guys set up is sick. With all the jerseys.
Yeah, that is actually pretty sick.
Super clean.
Definitely.
You guys we got a couple big screens though.
We got people tuning in here on the IG.
Marker.
So I like it.
Curved monitors, Wyatt Brooks. Shout out Taylor Lee, Ryan Deegan, definitely not. Racing for the Sun. We got I gotta lock. If they're watching, dude, I gotta be a little bit better.
Who?
Hold on. Please hold.
We're holding as a
Racing for the Sun. I'm assuming it's like a Christian, like for Jesus type deal. You know?
He's the co-host of Dark Side's Moto X Pod.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, then he's fine.
Yeah, he knows all about moto. Don't worry.
Oh yeah. We're coming in hot, boys. It is the 450 LCQ.
You know, it'd be great is if I could get this dang window. There we go.
You know what else is coming in hot? Clearly not Kellen's GPU. What? I don't know, dude. Can't load sim.
Yeah, I definitely can't load it.
Issues.
Oh, man. All right. Here's some of the boys out there on the track. Does Leclerc make it? Is the real question here. Because he's still in this championship fight, sort of.
Why is he in the LCQ?
I don't know, man. It's been a weird year for Leclerc. He's been like borderline race winner at times and then just cheeks others. I don't know.
You know what? Because I know it's going to fire him up. He doesn't even have to know I said it. Leclerc's washed.
Oh.
He's done.
Oh.
He was number one. It was # easy for him to win races. I think his time is come and gone. And I think he's washed.
That's a bold strategy.
I don't think he'll win a race ever again.
See if it pays off.
ever
in this
again, unless
LCQ.
it's this LCQ. But
Well,
what if he's done?
Here we go. It's time to go racing 450 last chance qualifier here in Arlington. Does Leclerc make it? Let's find out. Gate is down. Off and running we go. D. Davis, I think, on the 37 gets a pretty good launch. Actually, excuse me, that would be Alec Horn on the 37.
Ooh, but he did
up
get
the
sent.
inside, gets the holy. Leclerc in second, at least for now, trying to move into the race lead. He's going to allow a nice pass to be made by Partolo. I think that is up the inside on the 14. Is quadding to the inside. He lays Alec Horn down. Horn was getting out of shape anyway, so he may have been heading to the deck regardless, but Leclerc taking no prisoners at the start of this one, goes into the lead. He's hopping the whoops a little bit as Partolo gets a little bit closer, but it's Leclerc from Partolo out front here to complete lap number 1. Behind them is John Heilman and Ash Deering as we are off and running here in this LCQ.
Yeah, we got Alexis Leclerc with a pretty good start here, looking good, just a couple bobbles. But one thing I did notice that we're going to be coming up to this first rhythm section here off the start is that if these guys don't completely grease that quad over, they can still get that triple out pretty cleanly. So it's not like you have to be perfect. I think the most important part of that rhythm section, and the reason Leclerc didn't go for the quad, is getting that double in cleanly. But this triple quad here looks very easy for the 450 guys. Leclerc over jumping it on your screen right now. But so I think that first rhythm section is the thing to watch, and then maybe the whoop section. Other than that, this track seems pretty basic, pretty easy.
All right, so Leclerc gets away from Partolo, Deering, and then Ben Nerona in the 4 spot right now as he gets all wild through the whoop-de-doos right there. And remember, Nerona did not make it out of the last chance qualifier last week in Detroit after winning the opening round of 250 East. So maybe that's why he's going as an alias this week. We're not quite sure if that is Ben or if it is Ben Nerona, but either one of them doing a good job here in 4th place.
You think he has multiple personalities?
I don't know.
Split personalities? He
Maybe.
didn't. He's the one who went full helmet for the preview videos.
It is
right?
the guy that went full helmet for
So
the
maybe
preview
he
show,
doesn't know who he wants to be. Maybe he's in the middle of a transition. You never know. He could be Benjamin, Ben, other Ben Arena.
He's about to say that been there, done that as he tries to go into the main event out of this LCQ. Closing up on Austin Partolo, bouncing through the whoops though, getting a little bit sideways. And Partolo had a rough lap, 53.7 last time by. Leclerc checks in at a 51.070 out front, so he is on his horse. Partolo going back to work now. Deering was the man who moved up into the 2 spot, but Partolo is right on his hip here trying to go back by. What do you got for me on Ash Deering, BPC Honda?
I don't know much about him. But
Okay. I thought maybe, you
No.
guys hang out with Chase B.
No, I
No?
haven't talked to Chase B in
Okay.
years, but he's still my boy, and I love to see him out here. But Ash Deering, I mean, been around, always had really good speed. Him, a sneaky other good starter, I feel like. Maybe that's just in my brain. I'm sure Lane Shaw will come out and tell us that that's not his name. What's our stats guy's name?
Lane Burke. Lane Burke.
Okay, still a
It's
Lane
not Lane
though.
Shaw. It's
Got
definitely not Lane
halfway
Shaw.
through. He'll probably tell us, dude, he's never had a whole shot in his life. But in my head, he's a good starter. Spencer Turley going by as Ben Nerona's down. Someone's going to hang out with him.
Ben Nerona is off the track. Not sure which one of them it is, as Partolo is dealing with the heat right now. Oh, who's that up the inside trying to make that pass? It's a Lapper, I guess. So Partolo now dealing with Jeff Cooper. Jeff Cooper making a nice pass there, the Yogi number 30. And yeah, that is
Partolo just got murdered, or someone tried to murder
I'm not sure what's going on, but yeah, Spencer Turley is now into the 5th position, trying to move forward into a transfer spot. Not quite there just yet. Adam Holm hanging tough behind him on the Phil Ski and Snowboard Ford Ranger number 17. Partolo is down with Jeff Cooper. This is 3rd and 4th, so Turley's going to go by, and Holm will go by as well. Jeff Cooper picks it up right in tow there behind Adam Holm, and here we go for the final transfer spot.
Yeah, the way Partolo crashed on that berm with Cooper, he lost so much time. Cooper got up, able to ride straight away, and then Partolo was like upside down there. Cooper with an amazing run through the whoops, though, going to try to put the pressure back on. I'm dying. And put his way up. Work his way up right here. You can see the speed is so much faster than Adam Holm, but that might just be because Jeff Cooper's riding over his head. But you have Spencer Turley right there in 3rd, and you have the final transfer spot. So all you have to do is make one. I feel like he's overriding, and I don't think this is going to end well for him.
Yeah. Oh, as you called it, as Jeff Cooper goes flying to the ground right there. Schaefer goes by, Partillo goes by, D. Davis goes by, but then he makes a mistake. So these two are now trying to link together. Austin Schaefer working his way forward to close up on Adam Holm. Holm has gotten away a little bit here. He's actually tucked in behind Spencer Turley. These two are about 11 seconds back of Leclerc, who continues to lead this race. So Leclerc looking like he's pretty dialed out front at this point in time. No real pressure from behind. Actually, Ash Deering closed up just a little bit, but still, it's really down to these two and whether they hold on. And I feel like if you're Turley and Holm here, you have a gap, right? So just try to settle down and not get into each other.
Yeah, I mean, those lines looked scary close to coming together right there with the view that we have here. But Adam Holm looking good. I think you give each other your space. You just do the rhythms, and if anything goes sideways, move your way to the side of the track. Try to avoid each other. Look at this, though. Adam Holm getting the quad over triple. Gets a little bit closer to the rear wheel that he probably would have liked. But these guys both nailing the triple quad. So looking smooth, riding together, just trying to work their way up. I think they're just slightly closer than they want to be, though. Yeah, ideally.
Well, this is honestly, it's slowing them down and allowing Schaefer to get back into the mix as Holm goes for the pass on Turley and gets the job done. So now Turley back into the bubble position. Can he hold on with the white flag in the air? Austin Schaefer is lurking there in the background, and Turley is a bit of a sitting duck right here because now he's got to try to either figure out how to get back around Holm or just go defensive mode. What does he do? Oh, we might find out. Oh, Schaefer down through the bars, and away he goes from this battle. Now Partillo's got to try to close down, but it might be too late.
Yeah, it's hard because last lap, you don't have enough time to say, let me just get up a little bit closer. You have to override and push it. And we saw with Jeff Cooper, there's only a select amount of people, Kellen, that we can watch visually ride over their head. But Adam Holm stacks up that rhythm section. Going to get Turley right on his rear wheel. Is he going to have to worry about that? Not really. Just kind of keep it close. And these two, one more thing as Leclerc comes to the line, hits the triple, makes it. Ash Deering right, hot on his heels. Safe ride through the whoops. No, Adam Holm goes off the whoops.
Holm goes off at the whoops, and that's going to allow Turley to go by. So Turley makes it into the main event, and Partillo sneaks in by 0.6 of a second. Oh, Adam Holm throws it away.
Yeah, he was warming up his arm with that one. Looked so good. Had so much more speed than Turley from what we were able to see. Was riding great, and just one big mistake in the whoops. Didn't even go down all the way. Just ejecto-seated to the left. Kept it on two wheels, but man, what a bummer. I mean, that's what you got to do if you're Austin Partillo. He knew I have to keep this thing close. And what I like that he didn't do was ride completely over his head. Try to gain 2 seconds a lap when you know you just don't have that in you. Try to just, put down your best lap. Don't try to increase it. Just put down a really good lap and be there when it ends. Oh, no. It cuts.
Changed.
Austin Partillo loses by 0.125 seconds. That lets Adam Holm get back into it. Partillo, you dirty dog, cheater. And let's see, Partillo only with 0.7 seconds of cuts there in fourth, but he was the first person with cuts and loses it.
Sad.
Now you're missing out on a whole night of racing. You had a sick ass setup, and you are watching from the couch. Go down, send us a picture for Instagram, Partillo, and show us when you're kicking your feet up watching from the couch.
Poor Partillo. Oh, man. All right, now we get into the fun stuff. The first race of the night is coming up. It is, of course, 250 race 1 of the Triple Crown. These West boys are fired up and ready to go racing here in Arlington. And honestly, the stories that have been coming in have just been insane. We just keep getting more of them from you guys, so appreciate all the support. We just had a guy post... He loves watching MX Simulator with his hammer. It's just a hammer on the desk. We also got the boy Troy Jan tuning in. We got a feet pick with him watching as he's got Spencer Turley winning this thing tonight. And look, Turley made it in, so possibly that could happen. But the stories have been great. I appreciate all you guys tuning in and watching. And yeah, man, it kicked off a fun little event here for us for the story train that we got right there. I like that stuff.
Are we sure that's Troy Jan's foot?
I don't know.
Got a little bit of curve to it.
You can do that thing where like you arch your foot in the sock.
Yeah. No, I know it's a foot, but it looks like it could be something else. What I do like is Troy Jan, dude, doing that, that's instant cramp. Like that's if you're laying in bed and you're like doing something, if you do that, dude, I'm not falling asleep and I'm getting the worst foot cramp.
Honestly, Troy Jan's like low key celebrity. Like we could probably make money selling that pick right there. Honestly.
Hey, can you send me one without the sock, Troy?
Okay, it's getting a little crazy up in here. Oh man! All right, time for 250 race number 1. Whoopsie daisies!
I gotta start reposting some of these. I got SMX comes going first.
Oh man, it's been great. I love the interaction with you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hey, who's going to the line in this 250 race? Jax Lindsay, Timmy Briscoe, Carson West, Jose Famador, Joey Carter, Jake Spees, Tucker Zimmerman, Jackson Vick, Braden Tharp, the championship leader, Hayden Stevenson, Logan Mortberg, Rogan McIntosh, Ryan Pinkerton, Jet Holyhead. Oh, bummer, I don't have Holyhead's kit. Tanner Thorson, Race Cobble, Ryan Anderson, Wyatt Grant, Tyler Show, Cash Woods, all heading to the gate here tonight. I don't know why I don't have Holyhead's kit, because he's on Phil's, and I have all the Phil's military stuff, so tough break. I wonder if Braden Carter, he forgot to put Jacob Hubbard's kit in there earlier. I wonder if he also forgot to put Jet Holyhead's kit in there. Sounds like a typical Braden Carter thing to do, but we'll see. And Troy Jan says he's arched for you, Haywood. So there you go.
Don't hit me with a good arch.
Yeah, I mean, he's got
me excited.
He's got himself feeling some kind of way. All right, so here's how it works, folks. 10 minutes plus a lap for race number 1 of the 250s. They go 3 times here tonight, and it starts off with this race right here. So we're about to see what is going to happen in this class. All right, it is time to go racing. 250 race 1 here in Arlington. Let's drop the gate here for Military Appreciation Night.
Chelsea.
Off and running, and it looks like a pretty good start for Joey Carter on the 83. He is going to get to the corner first. Does he control it? Yes, he does. Joey Carter, RaceVectorGaming.com, whole shot. Almost goes over the bars into turn number 2. Jax Lindsay hot on his heels on the 71.
Yeah, Joey Carter looking good in that custom gear. Whoa, Braden Tharp with a huge, is that him right there?
No, that is Cash Woods moving into second place.
Cassie is sending it up there with that triple. It's hard at the beginning of the race. Can't really tell where everyone is. Cash Woods still able to hold on. Look at that triple outside line. Looks so much faster because you can get up the inside. Ooh, Cash has someone on his inside there, but he gets away. Holds on to it. Yeah, that triple before the whoop, so much faster. The speed they're allowed to carry there. Jax Lindsay, though, trying to make something happen back here in third. Says, I turn now. Good luck, everyone else. Comes back on the track. Only loses one spot, but he's got an EVK machine right there. That is Tyler Show, and he goes down.
That's a bummer. Show off to a great start in this one and goes down. But hey, Joey Carter, he won a heat race last week in Detroit. This could be a breakthrough night for him, but he's going to deal with pressure. Oh, Cash Woods lands on him. They're both down. Both down in turn 2 here, and they're going to look at each other as they pick it up and be pissed off at each other. No question about it, as they lose several positions. More riders going by, but your new race leader, Braden Tharp, I mean, it's been inevitable in this 250 class that he finds a way out front in the West Division and out front for District Designs this time on the 23.
I mean, he had not a perfect start, but when you're up there in the top 4, 5, 6, and you can pick your way off, you have so much more speed than everyone else. He's half a second faster than all these guys on this track, so all he has to do is get some clear air, make something happen, and Braden Tharp might just run away with this championship. Do we see a sweep from him tonight, Kellen? I know that we're not even 2 minutes into this race, but...
Sorry.
We just got some gold going on. We're getting distracted. Triple Crowns. We got a lot of time. It's all right. We're having a good time here in the SYS household. Braden Tharp, though, looking really, really good. And I think, dude, why you got to make me look bad? Braden, you're doing so good.
The second you say he looks good, he goes 12 o'clock on us, as Pinkerton trying to keep it close. How about Jax Lindsay versus Jackson Vick? Going at it here for the 3 spot. This is the final step of the podium here in this first race tonight. And Jax Lindsay going down off the right side of the track, and a huge crash allows Jackson Vick to go through. Mortberg also goes by. More crashing back here as Cash Woods is down again. This time it's with Tucker Zimmerman. More riders going by. Jax Lindsay picks it up and goes back in front of these 2 riders. So that seemed to just be some contact through the whoops between those 2. Is, oh man, getting together there. Hayden Stevenson getting together with those guys. Wyatt Grant was able to go by. Joey Carter working his way back forward. Timmy Briscoe from the LCQ now finds his way into a solid 8th position. Race Cobble's up here in 7th. White Drizzle in 6th, with Jake Spees now moving into 4th. He just got by Logan Mortberg. So we got 2 District Designs KTMs, 1st and 4th place right now for the 2 of them. As up front, Braden Tharp is just laying it down and no one can keep pace with him, but we've got some good action going on behind him.
Yeah, I think this 3-race format, you're just going to have to race for second. As Jackson Vick goes down hard, gets a weird kick very early in the whoops, goes down. Ooh, another rider. Spieth goes down as White Drizzle is able to make it past him, but loses a couple spots there with Spieth able to get up. Not lose too much, maybe 3 or 4 right there, and try to get back in there. I think these guys are racing, try to be the most consistent of the inconsistent. I think 3 chances at a win is just unfair for Braden Tharp. Everyone else is going to need to try to capitalize. Joey Carter with that 2-3, able to hold on. I like looking at the difference in lines between the guys in the top of the 250 class and then what the 450s are able to do. It's just cool seeing different rhythms, though. A lot of different lines in use by these guys tonight.
Oh my goodness, this is actually tightening up once again in this mid-pack here. This is 5th place right now. Race Cobble right on Logan Mortberg. You saw Joey Carter, you saw Jackson Vick there in the background. These guys are going to start fighting it out for what is essentially 4th place, and they're not too far behind Jet Holyhead, who's moved up into the 3 spot. So he's going the other way towards the finish line jump. Hey, shout out Logan Mortberg, though, getting in out of the LCQ right into a fight at the front of the field as he's holding on to a strong 4th place result. 6-second lead for Tharp over Ryan Pinkerton. Another 6 or so seconds back to Jet Holyhead in 3rd. And then this battle. This could go so many different ways. We got really good guys in this mix, but also great rides going on for a few others, and they're hoping to hang on up here.
Yeah, he's got Cobble breathing down his neck, and I think Cobble's going to make this pass sooner rather than later and probably try to get away from the rest of this pack. I do think he might be the fastest in this group, but Cobble is starting to get a little bit of pressure put on by Jackson Vick, who had a good run through that rhythm section. It stacks this one up here, though, and give Race Cobble just a little bit of breathing room as he turns his eyes back forward and tries to make a move and fight back up. I think these whoops are so important for the 250 class. We'll have to see how they break down, too. We've seen a lot of these whoops this year, kind of 50-50 if they break down and get more difficult, and then some of them we've seen break down and just end up getting flatter and easier and faster for these guys to get through. So Cobble doesn't look like he's as fast on that side of the track. I think it's in here through the start. Big mistake there where he's going to be faster, and he actually loses a spot. Look at that. Jackson Vick up the inside.
Wow.
Twofer.
That was a beautiful move by Jackson Vick. You could see that one coming for a little bit, but also nice job to react to what those guys are doing and split the difference to go down the middle. Mortberg goes from right in the 4th spot back to 6th, then goes back up to 5th because going down right there was Race Cobble. And now Jake Spieth, he's back on the grind as well, closing up to Mortberg. So Spieth in the 6th spot, Mortberg now 5th, and they are chasing down the new 4th place man, Jackson Vick. So I think that you're right. We're seeing a lot of mistakes here tonight. Look at this move by Spieth on the outside of Mortberg. Does Mortberg fight back? Nothing you can do with a little kick there at the end.
Yeah, we are seeing some really good stuff. A little bit of yo-yoing, though. It does seem like there's people that are faster in the whoops and maybe the fast section leading up to the finish. And then you do have this kind of very tight section here. So it's who's better in that and the sand. And then also like a little bit the 2 sections with the big rhythm. It almost feels like this track is broken down into 3 parts. Like the whoops, these 2 big technical rhythms, and then the tight stuff where you kind of have to work it out. Look at this. Jake Spieth actually losing spot to Jackson Vick, but Jackson actually getting closer to another rider who just went down. That was Mortberg. As Mortberg falls down, he drops back to 5th, able to stay in front of Wyatt Grant, who actually just moved past Pinkerton. So, these guys are moving, and Braden Tharp is not. He's perfect.
He's just cruising out front, 56.3 last time by. So a little bit of a slower time, but still 10 seconds up on Jet Holyhead. This is your fight for 3rd on the track right now. Jackson Vick versus Jake Spieth. And look at Spieth going to try this inside line. Vick able to go outside and triple in, but then has to check up and double out. Does Spieth go for it? He does, and puts a beautiful block pass on him to move up into 3rd place. Now Jackson Vick, he's trying to counter. Let's see if he can square this off a little bit. Get a nice run through here. They both triple on really nicely. Vic to the outside, thinks of a move, but not close enough to square off the corner just yet. And they both go through this rhythm section pretty clean on entry for both riders. Now if you're Vic, I think just try to settle in behind him and see if you find another spot through, right?
Yeah, I think one thing I want to point out is leading into that first really tricky section, that huge rut there forces them into that. I wish they would have just had no road there. They can do that and make the track ride a certain way. I don't feel like it's forcing. I think it's doing the opposite and would open that up because Jackson Vick wanted to swing wide and maybe cut down and get a tighter line. It's forcing everyone to enter into that a little bit the same. Spieth gaining on someone. I think that's just a lapper in the all white right there.
There's a lot of lappers in here.
But White Drizzle up here, he does not have gear, but he is absolutely shredding, coming up through these lappers as quick as possible, but just not gaining any time. 13 seconds back on our leader, Braden Tharp, but a very strong ride. And White Drizzle is trying to be the best of the rest here tonight and try to take this thing home. You get a couple seconds and you're going to be smooth sailing to a nice podium finish. And he is second in the championship, so I think.
Yes.
He is second in the championship, so he's doing the best he can. It's just hard to beat Braden Tharp, 27-point lead. I guess you can say, hey, I got second to the best 250 rider all year, and then you have an argument for yourself.
Yeah, and look, Holyhead just ran his personal best at a 52.289 2 laps ago now, and oh yeah, maybe he's reeling in the leader a little bit. Maybe he's reeling in Tharp. No, Tharp goes fastest lap overall at a 50.687, so he's basically found his way to do just some ridiculously fast stuff. And I'm going to toss the controller over to you, A Wood, because my daughter is yelling about something.
Do you want to bring a beer when you come back? Hell yeah, brother. Golf announcers are not happening. You guys don't like. I can't do any of that stuff. All right. Kellen is gone. I am on the box. Braden Tharp right now. Okay, so let's do a top 5 rundown. Find a battle. Holyhead passing White Drizzle. Sorry, that's his real name. Oh, and that's a lapper down. Okay, Jake Spieth in third. Nice and easy. Jackson Vick coming up past another lapper. If you can't tell already, all the lappers are going down in the whoops, so these whoops are very hard, and if you just stay on 2 wheels, you can be in the top 5, just like Wyatt Grant, who's absolutely crushing it right now. Cash Woods, pretty big gap right there, but he does have Race Cobble hot on his heels. Ryan Pinkerton, SoCal and mountain bike legend, Logan Morberg, Joey Carter, and Carson West. And that rounds out our top 11. You're welcome. Let's find this battle. I lost it. All right, Cash Woods, Race Cobble. He's been yo-yoing back and forth a little bit here tonight, so let's see if he can kind of lock in here. We're 10 minutes into this race. It is the white flag, so he's got to do something and do it quick. And I'm going to miss the finish because Braden Tharp is so far out. Just kidding. He's already past the finish? All right, what are we doing? Let's keep an eye on this battle here for just a little bit. These guys are pretty close to getting lapped. I can't see. They've lapped up to 12th, which is kind of insane. So as we get the white flag now coming across for Race Cobble, who's trying to make something happen but unable to Cash Woods, having some trouble getting around this lapper. Good job, lapper, moving out of the way for these guys here and letting that happen. All right, now we're going to be coming around towards the finish. Braden Tharp, one last run through the whoops. He's going to come around 250, race 1 here in Arlington. Braden Tharp is going to take it home, and by a large margin here. White Drizzle, Holyhead, he's coming. Just not coming first. It's okay to come second, though. White Drizzle comes across the line here in Arlington as well and does a sick double backflip, underflip, almost rides it out off a lapper. That was almost so cool. Jake Spieth coming across the line in third. Jackson Vick in fourth. Wyatt Grant was able to get pretty close right there at the end for fifth. He comes across fifth, almost got top 4. Cobble falls off pretty hard here. Cash Woods, though, on his tail, and I think that's a lapper. Good close finish for a lot of these guys. Cash Woods comes across in 7th. Also, Jay Perry Designs was being mean to me in the chat earlier.
Come on,
I want an
Jack.
apology. I want an apology, please.
Mortberg, Carson West rounds out the top 10. Hayden Stevenson, 11th. Pinkerton, 12th. Rico DeLatte, Timmy Briscoe, Tanner Thorson, Jax Lindsay, Tyler Show, Rogan McIntosh, Ryan Chowsey, Jose Famador, Ryan Anderson, and Tucker Zimmerman was your running order in race 1 of the 250s here tonight. But they, of course, all chase home the red plate holder, Braden Tharp, 15-second win over Jet Holyhead. Whew. Going up and down the stairs to get snacks from my daughter is exhausting sometimes.
It's better, though, when you get to come back with the nice cold mountains.
It is. Cold mountains are good tonight.
I can't believe you had another one. That's crazy. Another child. You're like, hey, yeah, screaming toddler. Let's do it again.
Have you seen my wife?
Smoke show.
Shit.
Never mind.
You think I'm stopping it too?
You better get snipped so you don't have to stop.
Oh,
I was gonna get myself in so much trouble, but I think I'm funny.
Right.
You going to talk about 450s?
Luke Chef says, let me know what lineup check y'all want to do a lit kid check. Okay, Luke. How about main 2?
Main 2. So after this.
Give us like 2 minutes after I load in to go through, and we'll pick lit kits for 250 and 450.
Yes, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chef.
There is a... Shit.
Oh?
Do you like what I did with Leclerc? Did you see where I was coming from?
You fired him up? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, mine was...
Okay, Bobby Regan, okay.
Your pronunciations tonight are awesome. Killing me. That, like, if you didn't know, that was perfectly planned. Why would I was like, you know what? He's washed. He's done. He's never going to win again. And guess what? Goes out, wins the LCQ. Guess what? Gonna come out from the LCQ, get a top 5 here in this race. Leclerc is coming back. Don't ever count him out. This game is #easy. Leclerc is number 1. You guys all suck. That's my favorite.
Jesus. Oh my gosh. Haywood never fails, man.
Dude,
he
came through for me.
Yeah. All right, 450 race number 1, 12 minutes plus a lap for these boys. And there is Jacob Hubbard, who is the man from last week at his home race in Detroit, Michigan. Gets his second career win, his first win in almost 3 years, and he's back to the winning ways. We'll see if he keeps going here tonight in Arlington. But here's Braden Carter rocking his military appreciation kit. We'll definitely need to go through and pick some Liddy kits here. Honestly, here's what I'm going to do. For the times that we go through in these next races, just give me your 5 best. I'll pick 5 or whatever, and we'll go through and talk about it or whatever. And then I will go back later and do screenshots, and tomorrow on Instagram we'll do a true who gets lit kit. 5 best in 450, 5 best in 250s, and then have people talk about it.
Or bracket. Okay.
Yep.
Because we pulled the boys last time.
We did.
And I was disappointed in their selections.
Sad.
Because those guys, they don't have taste.
They don't have taste.
I'm sorry.
All right, here we go. 450 race number 1 coming at you here in Arlington. Who's going to get the all-important hole shot, and where's it going to come from? Let's find out. Race 1, let's go. Off and running, and a pretty good start for the 78 of Hubbard. No surprise to see him lead into the corner. Does he lead out? By a nose, he will. RaceFactoryGaming.com hole shot goes to Jacob Hubbard again. He's out front, and he's going to get a bit of a gap with his teammate right in tow. Carter moves up into second place. And remember, Triple Crown at Anaheim a few years ago is when we saw these two go at it, but Carter's in the top blocks.
And
he's going to get passed by so many riders. Tons of guys going by. He's going to be almost dead last, about 16th or 17th place for your championship leader. He's back here with Leclerc.
Hey. I feel like that was a slight dig. This is just a perfectly fine spot for you to be at. I think, oh my God, and no, it's not, because Leclerc will kill you with his lag bubble. Look at this, though. A bunch of dudes laying over, sleeping on each other. Oh my gosh, just...
Wow, Carter goes from a good start to buried in the field. He's got a ton of work to do here tonight.
He's cooked.
But Hubbard's back out front again. And look, we talked about it in the pre-show. Gets the confidence back of winning a race again. Finally breaks the curse of 6 laps in and crashing. We know he's a good starter, so he's always had that figured out. Finally has the recipe to success. And Jacob Hubbard might be a little bit of a force to be reckoned with moving forward now.
Did he unlock the swag? Like, did he get that taste of winning, and he knows now I can start, I can win, and look at this. I'm just going to go do that. I think 3 Triple Crowns here tonight. Colby Eaglin, where's he at?
Eaglin right now running in the 4 spot, so getting off to a solid start like he usually does.
If he doesn't have more speed that brings him up maybe within 2 seconds, he's about 5 seconds back. If he comes up within 2 seconds by like halfway point, I think Jacob Hubbard's winning this. And I think Colby Eaglin's consistency might not be able to get him there. And just like as I say that, slide out, but stays on 2 wheels. Jacob Hubbard still going to maintain the lead here. But if he can lock in with good starts, I think he might take the Triple Crown, where Colby Eaglin is normally our Triple Crown favorite because he is Mr. Consistency, but Jacob Hubbard is Mr. Hole Shot.
Yeah, so here we go. Eaglin now closing that gap down. He's bringing District Design's teammate Cooper Hunt on the 82 machine with him. And then your reigning MX Simulator Playoffs champion Luke Sullivan hanging out back in the 4 spot as Eaglin goes for a ride. He's into the Davalos bales. Really good job not to fall. Only loses 2 spots, allows Sully to go by into 3rd there. But man, and gets Sully right back because Sully jumped off the track. So that's the difference, I feel like. Carter, first lap, having that kind of mistake, getting stuck in the bales. Bad spot to do it. Eagland, much better spot to salvage your night right there.
Yeah, I think Carter's mistake, too, was just so weird. First lap, your second corner, you're getting steamrolled by a bunch of guys. And the way he had his front end up in the Davalos bales, you have to turn around very slowly and carefully because in sim, you'll just like flop over on top of your head and get another fall off. So he had to really slow it down there, get back. And then I think he just got screwed by Leclerc. I think he was doing... that's just the French lag that you're going to run into because he had a really nice line there. I thought they were going to work their way up through the pack. So bummer for him, but Colby Eagland, if you're going to make a mistake, make it a couple laps in when the pack is separated and you can hold on to a podium position while making mistakes.
So running order is after 4 laps. We're on lap 5 now. Jacob Hubbard from Cooper Hunt, Colby Eagland, Luke Sullivan, Jeremy Schiabro inside the top 5. Jack Haley, 2019 champ, running in 6th. Spencer Turley in 7th. Cade Matherly 8th. Johnny Badani 9th. And Dylan Dallaire is in 10th. Your fastest lap comes from P12. That's Seth Shirley, who's ran a 50.1, but it looks like he just went down again. He's back to 14th. And no sign yet in the top 15 of Braden Carter. He is still buried down the field right now. Seth Carr's back there with him. Leclerc also down the order. There's some huge names at the back of the field while all this chaos kicks off up front.
Yeah, I think that's what we run into so often in Triple Crowns. The only good thing is that Colby Eagland, he's Mr. Consistent. You want him to be up front as Mount Sully is on his ass. But this is the only time that you can go out and get an 18th in the race and still be close to a podium. So this is, if you're going to have a shitty weekend, then this is the time to make it happen because it's not just one main event where Braden Carter had a bad start, got into it twice on the first lap, and is falling apart. This can change Braden Carter's season. Look at that small mistake by Eagland. Misses that rut there. Luke Sullivan's going to go up top, hit the quad triple into the corner, and make the pass easily. But let's see if Colby Eagland can answer back because I don't think he's done.
Oh, and we have a rider on. That's Hubbard. That is Hubbard, your leader, down on the top of the corner with Davalos bales. Oh, no. Don't look at what lap it is, everyone. I hate it. I hate it so much. We just talked about the curse maybe being broken, and Hubbard throws it away on lap 6 again. New race leader, Cooper Hunt, out front, but Luke Sullivan on his horse right now, running some really good lap times in second place. Dylan Dallaire in 8th just goes fastest. He lays down the fastest lap of the race at a 49.7, only to be bested moments later by Jeremy Seabolt in 10th. Everyone's still pretty close together here, folks. You got Hunt, Sullivan, Eagland 1, 2, 3, Schiabro 4th, Hubbard picking it up a little sideways in 5th, Turley 6th, Haley 7th. Then there's Ash Deering 8th, Dallaire 9th, and Seabolt inside the top 10 before the other leaders are going the other way in that corner, heading down the start straight. That's
Hubbard
how
down
close
again.
Everyone, yeah, and Hubbard down again. As here we go, change for the lead. Luke Sullivan down the inside, gets the pass done on Cooper Hunt, and Hunt goes down.
So I guess if your name's Cooper, you just jump whoops. Because he tried to jump him and still went down, looking like Jay Cooper right there, losing some more spots, but trying to get back up and salvage whatever he can. Don't look now. Jack Haley's somehow in 6th place. I don't know if this is 2018 or what, but absolutely crushing it out there. Luke Sullivan, though, moved to the lead, and he's got Colby Eagland. Mr. Consistency was unable to capitalize after having mistakes of his own, and Luke Sullivan, our SMX champion, putting that ugly yellow number 1 plate, not your fault, just the colors, up front right now and trying to get his first win this year.
First win of the season, yes, it would be for Luke Sullivan. He's been close, definitely been close, but has not broken through just yet. All right, so he is now the race leader by 2.3 seconds. Jeremy Schiabro holding on, to a strong 3rd place. Then Turley up into 4th. I mean, don't look now, but do we have a chance?
I don't know where I'm allowed to look anymore.
Do we have a chance for a cheeky Spencer Turley podium here tonight? He's in 4th.
Would that be his first ever?
Maybe.
I feel like I've asked that before, like he had a good round last year. It's possible. The crappy thing is, normally this is how it happens. You come out, first race, Carter's down, everyone's going down, you get 4th. Okay, you're happy. You're going to have a good night. No. Normally what happens is all those guys that had a really bad first race lock in, and then Turley might end up like 12-12 for the next 2, and it just crushes your hopes and dreams. For his sake, I do want him to get a podium, and I think that would be awesome. I just don't think that's how Triple Crowns work. These guys in the 450 class are too good to have 3 bad races in a row.
I mean, I agree. I think that we're going to see some of those guys turn it around. It's insane to me that Braden Carter hasn't gotten further than 18th place in this race. I don't know what's going on right now, but this is playing into Colby Eaglin's hands so well right now, because he may not win this first race, but he's going to have such a low score that it's almost impossible for him to lose to Carter tonight after this. A 2 versus an 18 to start things off. And I mean, you could go 10-10 after this and probably still beat him overall on the night. So this is great for Eaglin in his championship hunt. Jeremy Schiavaro quietly in third. We talk about some OGs like Spencer Turley, but Squidbro has been around the game for a while. I think, if I remember right, his first ever win was 2015 Dallas 250 main event. So it's been a decade since we've seen him, getting his first win in this series, and now here he is out here holding on to a strong third place.
He's probably sneaky, maybe even longer around. Maybe not that long, but like then D Davis. Like I feel like Spencer Turley, Squidbro, and Devin are maybe the longest. And then you have guys like Dallaire who just feel like they're so fresh, but he's been around for so long, and to be doing this well is awesome. Shout out Turley too, dude. 40th in qualifying, they said, got 3rd in the LCQ, and you're running 4th in the main. It's just an awesome ride. But yeah, Schiavro's been around for a long, long time, and normally the skills fade. Leclerc too, 2013. He's been around probably just as long as all these guys. So awesome ride by him so far, and he looks great. He's nice and smooth, not panicking, and he's got experience, that's for sure.
Not 450 iMoto. I said 250 Dallas, I believe, if I have my math correct, that he was able to pick up the win there that night. Second race of the year. But yeah, back to the race leader here. We are down into the final 2.5 minutes or so of this race. Luke Sullivan checking in out front at 2.6 seconds in the race lead, and did a 49.9 last time by. So very close to his personal best in this race. But he's in lap traffic now, and he's not really gotten away from Eagland. Who does this favor right now? Is this a position where you want to be in if you're Eagland 2 seconds back here in the closing stages of this?
Right now, I don't know if Sullivan likes that with that lapper, but I think I'd rather be Eagland. I think you have consistency and speed, and you kind of think yourself you're not going to go down. He made mistakes early, and I think he's going to think of those as uncharacteristic for him and just kind of lock in and work his way back up. They both do have to work through lappers, though. That is something you can't control. So we'll see what happens here. Sullivan has some speed, though, and he does have the benefit of getting through lappers first. And if it does clear up, trying to get away. So, yeah, I mean, ball is clearly in Sullivan's court, but I don't think that...
Oh, he got landed on by a lapper and goes down. And Eagland goes through. Who is that lapper?
Because they were so bad the whole time.
On him the whole way. That was Pablo Vial, the Frenchman.
Shocker.
Running in 21st place, and his countryman Leclerc ahead of him was, I feel like, doing a pretty good job trying to stay out of the way. But now Sullivan goes down and has 5 seconds to make up on Eagland here with only a few laps left to go. That's a heartbreaker right there. I can't believe that.
That kind of sucks, because that took everything I said, made it irrelevant, and then kind of took the wind out of it, because I do think that Eagland was going to be able to try to make that work, but what are we doing? What are we doing here? Eagland gets the same treatment, though, so let's see if this tightens the race back up. Sullivan went down on his own, so Eagland didn't pull away enough, because that should be almost even from where it was pre-crashes. So now everyone gets a reset. Eagland a little bit further back. And now we get to see this race a second time. Hell yeah. Go Lappers.
Go Lappers. As Sully retakes the lead now, evens out, and we are not going to have time expire before he gets back to the flag. So we're coming to 2 laps to go right now as Vial goes down at the end of the whoops all by himself. Eagland's trying to close that gap down. We have a District Designs rider in between these two, I think. I'm trying to see who that is. Or is that... No, that's Caden Matherly, on the 25, the Twizzy rider that's hanging tough in this mix. And then Schiavro's still right there as well for District Designs in third. So very interesting to see what's going to happen with Schiavro hanging tough in this group and whether he can get up there. And still lap traffic in the way here for Sullivan. He's not able to get the main rhythm. Eagland does, and this is going to tighten up even more now.
Yeah, look at this. Lap riders kind of coming in between, back and forth. But these guys able to get through them cleanly this time. Colby Eaglin now, that's his teammate in between, right?
This is actually Kate Matherly that's right in front of him.
Okay.
Not teammates.
So they look very similar. So, I mean, hopefully he'll move. Kate is a pretty smart guy normally with as far as racecraft. So this race is back where it is going to be. I think Luke Sullivan's got it. I mean, there's just not enough time unless something big happens, which we don't want anyone else to cause it. He's got to make a mistake on his own. And Luke Sullivan has been here, done that. I don't think he's someone to succumb to pressure. And I think he's going to be just fine. Just keep an eye on these last two big rhythms if he gets through cleanly. But a lot of lappers going down too. He's going to have some minefield to look around.
Oh, Leclerc was one of them that he had to go around right there, and Eaglin's just hanging close as much as he can. Sully goes for the quad on the last lap and lands very nose high. Lucky he doesn't have a legs right there, landing flat, as he is 2 corners away from winning this first race of the night. He's going to triple in here before the whoops. He's got to get through these clean, and he is scot-free and good to go. Race 1 here in the 450 class goes to Luke Sullivan as he crosses the line first. Eaglin second. And actually, Seth Shirley gets up into third late in this race. That's going to be huge for the overall standpoint as Seabolt now moves to fourth. What happened to Schiabro late here, man? Seabolt fourth, Dallaire fifth, Cooper Hunt sixth, Hubbard seventh, Turley eighth, Cromie ninth, Carr 10th, Deering, Carter, Castellaneta.
Is he dead?
Where? Oh, wait.
What?
What just happened?
Jeremy Schiabro is ready, so he reconnected. Jeremy Schiabro connected.
Oh, so like he lagged out or something? Or he just disconnected over the finish line?
I don't know, but there's some...
That's so random. I don't know what's going on.
Admin's going off in chat.
Admins? I don't even look at the admins are saying.
Luke Sheff going crazy. Chill out.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so here's some of the guys further down the order. Looks like Braden Carter got back up to 12th by the end of this, so really, really tough first race for him. Turley ends up 8th, Hubbard 7th, Hunt 6th, Dallaire 5th, Seabolt 4th, Shirley 3rd, Eaglin 2nd, and Sully takes the win in race 1.
Someone said Squidbro wants to race east. I don't know if that's just like a joke or not. Weird. I don't know. So
hold on, just real quick. iMoto, who won Dallas 2015 250 main then?
Oh my god.
I'm freaking out because I can't remember. I feel like it was either Squiddy or a French kid, but I can't remember the French kid's name.
I can't remember what I did like first, what I ate for breakfast. And you're like, this random dude.
I want to say it started with a J, but I can't remember who it was because it wasn't Schiabro. So who was it? Thank you, iMoto.
Don't talk shit about the name Bubba. That was my nickname as a kid, all right?
Bubba
Green.
Bubba.
I don't know. That's what my dad called me.
Bubba.
Whoa. Okay, so we're gonna get 250 lit kit. What else we got going on here? There is some bait that happens.
Joachim Noren, that's right.
Because it's funny. In Sim?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's a crazy poll. If you could have named that guy.
I said it was started with a J, and he wasn't French. He was Swedish, I think, actually.
Who won 2013 shit.
2013 Dallas?
No. Southwick.
Oh, 2013
2015 14 Budds Creek Moto 1. Is that year? 14?
2014 Buds Moto 1. Yep, that's me.
It's my daddy. Daddy Kellen.
That sick 113 for 6th overall. I never got a podium in the 450s.
That pretty much was like what we just saw from Schiabro there. I saw him drop back to 6th. I wonder if he fell again, he got pissed or something. I don't know. We couldn't see what happened there. So
Jet Holyhead is out for Moto 2 is the report we're having.
How?
Not sure why. All right, so Lit Kit. Let's go back down here.
Okay. I'll go down.
Jax Lindsay. We got
I need to see the bike. Okay.
red and gray with a little... this is actually pretty clean. I like it.
It's clean.
Altogether, it's just not military themed.
I don't get any military. Same with you, Carson West. Some people don't know. I do like... Ooh, this is very similar to the Phil's 7 or TLD stuff. Huh?
It is Phil's.
They have 7 and Troy Lee gear?
Yeah.
The same... Okay. That's crazy.
Timmy Briscoe here.
Hot,
MSK.
but not military.
Not military. Jose Famador, not American, so can understand the non-military.
They still
Ryan
have
Chelsea.
militaries.
Is this military? Is there like some stars on here that I'm...
I don't think so. Who did you just skip? Was it someone we saw? Okay, lame, off. You have to be military to even get a nod in the military lit kit.
So there's some camo on the Skibbity Motorsports bike. I can see it.
Okay.
See it.
Ooh, the bike is probably the sexiest so far. Stop hitting it. I do not mind just the bike if you have very good matching gear.
Camo for Wyatt Grant. We got the like white and...
Also camo on the bike, like snow camo. Hot.
This is not military.
Nothing at all.
It doesn't
I
seem
mean, it's
like
camo-y. So we got...
we gotta work our way forward here. Jackson Vick.
Yeah.
Similar thing.
Also hot.
Like
Different
the
team?
Camo. Yeah, that's Orst or whatever it is.
I like the camo number, though. Or, okay.
Camo number is nice, yep. Tyler Show, same with the Phils. Already got Cash Woods. Ryan Pinkerton, Yogi. I think that
camo
like,
pants.
It's like military green, the
Right?
camo pants, yeah.
Camo pants, but bike still the hot bike. I do think they have one of the best looking bikes all season. This Nexus stuff is nice. The bike looks good. Reminds me of like a lot of the time they do with PC.
Yeah, I would say PC Cowie look too.
The dark stuff, which is kind of what their gear setup is anyways.
Tanner Thorson. Nothing really. Yeah, pretty standard. Grace Cobble. I mean, honestly, we need to actually like see if some of these logos on the bike are like maybe some sort of military
I
thing.
think we'll go through and we'll get like, okay, these are standouts, but then obviously you're going to find some that look way better. I do like this. I think this could be military. There's got to be like at least one logo because these colors feel
yeah, there's
military
something going on here with the dark
camo,
I'm not sure
like
what, but something. Ooh. The 7 Rogan McIntosh stuff right there. That's actually pretty
and
hot.
we just got to first. That was pretty fire. So I think we get those. We'll kind of talk about it, but we'll let the people vote. But they have to. We'll pick like 4, and then you guys get a vote. So we'll do some deliberation, pick out the best. I did see. I'm surprised there's 7 gear for Phil's also because there was 2 Troy Lee kits that were both camo.
True. Yeah. All right,
Which
here we go. It's race 2 of the 250s here in Arlington. Can Tharp do it again? Let's find out. Off the line, pretty good start. Let's see if he can get to the inside line here in control. He's just going to miss out on the whole shot. It's going to go to Hayden Stevenson, Nexus number 18, who won Anaheim 1. Oh, and Tharp's down. Tharp is down in the first rhythm section, and the whole field's going to go by. Few riders went down in the next rhythm lane behind that, but for the most part, he's going to be dead last here, and now we get to see Tharp try to work his way forward. Actually, you know what I want to do?
He had like 5 people behind him, though, which was crazy. Let's watch his first lap. Is that what we're going to do?
Yeah, I'm going to zoom out a little bit more so we get a better perspective on the bars here, and let's just take a look at what it's like to try to work through the field if you're Braden Tharp right here.
Yeah, I mean, you can see, too, like, look, you're always looking ahead of you, right? Okay, I'm counting how many guys are in the whoops. There's one guy down. There was one guy down there on the outside. Boom, I'm up to 14th. Now I see 4 more over the triple. Another rider there. Like, this is what you're thinking when you're going through, just checking them off. Same thing in real life when you're going by. You're just, I need to get as many people as quick as possible. 5 in the same rhythm, 6 in the same corner, actually, then 2 more. So you're just scouting, okay, riders down, tuck down. Look at, he's just so good. This is what you're going to see from, if you did this in LCQ, it would not look like this. He's picking off 2 more riders, another rider down, goes inside. Just like that, 6 spots within half a lap.
Up to 9th already. How fast the turns have tabled here is he's only a few seconds off of 3rd. He's going into the corner just ahead of him. So basically 6 spots still pretty much up for the taking right in front of him as Stevenson leads Jake Spieth. They're up by a pretty decent margin right now. And Tharp's going to... Oh! He was going to get a couple more spots. And then tried to check up and not hit those guys and went down by himself again. So now he's got some more work to do. We'll get back to that story in a minute. Up to our race leader, Hayden Stevenson. Nexus Kawasaki in the race lead. Jake Spieth in second. Gonna need some scores here from iMoto if he can help. But I think Jake Spieth was 4th in the first race. So a solid second right now probably puts him in a good position. And then Hayden Stevenson... I don't remember where he actually ended up in the first race either. So just doing what he can, getting away with the race lead and hoping against hope, I guess, that something happens to Mr. Tharp behind him and he can get up there and try to battle for this overall when all is said and done by the end of the night. It is Stevenson, Spieth, Woods, Thorson, and Carson West, your top 5 here at the end of lap number 3.
Yeah, I do like, I just peeked in chat and someone was like, dude, no wonder why he's always winning. Obviously made a mistake in the whoops. 2 other guys were down there too, and we know they're very difficult, and maybe he was trying to avoid them. But it's like, I think people see that and they don't see that perspective a lot from us, and they're like, holy crap, these guys are so good. Like, that's what they're doing. That's why they get through normally and win. But Stevenson, his gear looks really good from far away too. I like that clean gray kind of minimalistic. It's Alpine Stars. Yeah, A-Stars gear right there. So I like when you have a pretty hot bike. I feel like what we need to do for screenshots, maybe a lot of like corners or like close-up whips, so we can see a lot of the detail in the graphics, because I think that's also where these designers get a shine, is the colored ribs of the seat matching the camo and all that stuff. So yeah, Hayden Stevenson has some pressure though.
Yeah, we got a battle going on. I remember at one point when I was streaming, this was a long time ago, but someone said to me, hey man, why are the cameras so zoomed out? We want to zoom way in so we can see all the intricate details that these guys worked on for the bikes. And I think it was someone who like made the kits, so he wanted to see like the kits up close. And then I zoomed in from like, we're at 25 FOV right now, I think, and I zoomed all the way down to 12 or something, and like you just don't see anything, no action, no racing. It's literally just the bike. So this is why I zoom out, quote unquote, as far away as I do, so that you can still see some of the racing. Because if I was tucked in real tight here on Stevenson, you wouldn't even know anyone's close to him or was close to him, you know?
Yeah, I think people don't realize too. I did cameras for outdoors for like 2 or 3 years straight, and I think you don't realize is the rider's not exactly in the center of the screen all the time, and you can see it when we switch riders and they're on the same camera and it has to pan back and forth. It's not very snappy, so you need to be zoomed out a little bit to allow for them to move around and it be smooth. And a lot of these cameras are zoomed in. 25 is a lot. I know for outdoors you can get you just opened your new one right in front of you.
No, I was like,
you threw it in the trash.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry. But what you can do too differently that I know you do is you can have cameras that zoom in and out with the riders. So this one, right, they're coming close. It's going to zoom out a little bit. You can say 30 to 60 field of view, or you can lock it somewhere. So some of the things outdoors, I feel like a lot of times they're more locked in different spots. But the cameras that you guys are seeing are probably some of the best. I do think that it doesn't work. A lot of these low ones don't work in rhythm sections, but I do like this low one right here. It does switch a lot right there, but
yeah, well, that's just because there's a zero timing.
Oh yeah, the weird timing gate.
Straight. Yeah, so unfortunate there, but I keep hearing Tharp going down behind these guys, so let's go check it out. We got Spieth second, Cash Woods third, Carson West fourth, and Briscoe rounding out the top 5, although maybe not for long. We got a maybe change going on right there. Jackson Vick getting up there and starting to fight, a little short right there on that triple out. Almost went over the bars. Tharp is back in 13th place, so this is actually setting us up for a very interesting overall score here tonight, because we have Stevenson, who I don't know what he got in the first one. Stevenson was 11th in the first one, and now winning, while Tharp was the winner of the first one. Now he's 13th as Jackson Vick puts Timmy Briscoe down. Jackson Vick is moving forward, and I remember he was up there in the first one as well, so that's going to be interesting to see if he can keep marching towards the front and maybe get some low scores here tonight. Cash Woods just laid in the fastest lap of the race at a 51.8. He's only 4 seconds off the lead and closing on Jake Spieth right now for second place. So don't count out Cash Woods maybe from sneaking up here and stealing a race win. We've only got about 3.5 minutes plus a lap to go. And 4 seconds is not a lot of time between your leader and this man on the track.
Yeah, Cash was sneaky good in the first race tonight. We saw him making some moves and some passes. The only thing was that they weren't really for high up positions, right? He worked his way up to 4th or something like that, and it was really good. But now he's in 3rd, and he has the thing or the chance to move up and take this win away. So it would be awesome to see Cash Woods. He's riding great, really fast. Just keep out of these lappers and keep working your way up, and I think he'll be good. Look at that lapper doing great, moving right out of the main race, and we get to watch these three just battle. And yeah, fun after seeing Braden Tharp dominate. So you might go undefeated this round, probably over the rest of the season. A couple mistakes leave this championship a little bit wide open for these guys, and definitely race wins here tonight. Whoa! Ooh. Cash Woods just slid out. He was like going straight. I don't understand how he fell right there.
And then just floated to the ground a little bit.
He was like out of the corner though.
There's Stevenson out front still dealing with lap traffic. There's Spieth keeping it close. and then Cash Woods and Carson West. What is going on back here? Oh my gosh, Jackson Vick just got jumped over. Wyatt Grant, Joey Carter went by. Thorson worked his way forward. We got all kinds of battling going on in this midfield fight right here. Look at Grant getting feisty, trying to close up on Thorson. And then Carter pounces, gets by him, cuts across. They almost get into each other. I don't know how Carter didn't go down. Jackson Vick trying to go by the ShopFreddy.com machine of Wyatt Grant as well. These guys are going at it. This is a dogfight right here.
Yeah, I'm wondering, I know Wyatt Grant kind of is, but I wonder if Jackson Vick is kind of young. These guys are sending it, like around when you're going for the triple over someone's head and you're super close. And I just love it because they just are totally degaff here, showing some serious speed, hitting big lines in close proximity to each other. And look at these three jumping in different lines. Jackson Vick goes to the inside. Wyatt Grant's the only one that goes outside. Case is the triple. That's going to allow Vick to go by. So Wyatt Grant falls back to the middle of this pack here. Now he's got pressure from both sides, but let's see what he can do. Messes up that rut, didn't get locked in it. Case is the double in. Oh, big mistakes from both of them. And Jackson Vick is going to get a lot of breathing room here as Wyatt Grant left in the dust a little bit.
Yeah, and he's still dealing with the heat there from Joey Carter. Joey Carter now makes a little bit of a mistake, and instead Jackson Vick has his eyes focused forward on Tanner Thorson. This is trying to get back into 5th place. I don't want to switch away too fast, but we've got a battle for the lead brewing. Stevenson versus Jake Spiess about to go down. 9 minutes have come and gone. We've only got a minute and 1 lap of this race left. Jake Spiess trying to make it a district design sweep so far here, but instead of Tharp, it's going to be him. Oh, as he goes off the track right there, sliding out of the corner, getting a little bit wayward and dancing to the side of the track, and Stevenson gets some breathing room, but it's not over yet as a lapper. That's actually Tharp maybe going a lap down, getting up in front of Stevenson. He could play a factor here.
That's crazy. He went down to 14th, ran the fastest lap of the race. Now he's 1 lap down in 15th. Absolutely insane. Stevenson trying to get by, though. It's hard when you're trying to pass the guy that checked out on the whole field, right? He feels like he should still be on that lead lap. This is one lapper that's not going to move for you unless he makes a mistake. Looks like Tharp got a weird kick there in that rhythm. No, Stevenson just messes it up himself, and Spiess able to go by. I wasn't expecting that. I thought Tharp was going to be coming down right in front of him.
No, that was actually very close right there between Spiess and Stevenson hitting each other, because Spiess almost landed on Stevenson when he cased that table on. Now it's Spiess' turn to try to defend, and we're coming to the white flag this time by. Time has just expired, and Spiess is down in the whoops as he comes to take the white. Stevenson's going to go back to the race lead. Oh my goodness. And Spiess gets hit again.
Woods.
Jack Lindsay goes into him.
Gonna get by. Cash Woods gets by right there, only because he got fell twice, though. Carson West as well moves into the 2nd spot. So now we still have a battle inside the podium position, but Stevenson got a gift from the gods there, and he's going to be way checked out. Look at Cash sending to the outside in the sand. Gets right up on the rear. Tried to triple. Can't do it. Now they're tripling. Cash Woods on the outside. West in the perfect spot. Can Cash jump to the inside here, though? No, they have to funnel into this rut. Let's see the different ways they take this. Both getting into that rut there. Small mistake by West. Cash is going to get right on him and gets into him. Doesn't go alongside him. And West is down
too, so Spiess is going to get the spot back. Meanwhile, this man, 2 corners to go, has survived all of the chaos as he gets through the whoops one more time, and he will get through clean. Hayden Stevenson wins race 2 here in Arlington. Jake Spiess looks like he's going to hold on for 2nd, and West gets up first. He'll be 3rd, barring a disaster here in the whoops. Cash Woods 4th. Jackson Vick is going to end up in 5th in this one. Wyatt Grant 6th, and Joey Carter, he's still right there trying to get after him. As, Tharp down in 11th. This is going to be really weird, and that is actually Wyatt Grant making a mistake. Joey Carter goes by right at the end.
Yeah, bummer to lose a spot like that, but Wyatt Grant lost a lot in these last few minutes. Joey Carter with a great ride here finishes 6th, and Wyatt Grant 7th right behind him. Tanner Thorson through the whoops. Oh, wild rides from lappers all around him, but he's going to be good. Oh, that was Briscoe in front of him. I thought you only went back once. Tyler Schau just finishing in front, and now Braden Tharp coming across as he's in 11th still. Yeah. Dang, I thought he got a couple spots there. So 11th place after a disastrous ride. 111. Pinkerton with a pretty good one and a pretty bad one here tonight. Rogan McIntosh, these points are going to be crazy. Thank God we have iMoto in chat to help us out. Or else we would be lost. I told Kellen, Triple Crowns, I love them, but I hate them because I have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, we need an auto script in here. What I really need is Hubbard, who designs the Battlegrounds website, to just put like an auto points tally for the guys in each class into the live timing system. That'd be great. Chop, Hubbard.
But does it know? I don't think it knows like what race is what, right? It just restarts. If they have to red flag, it might mess it up, but we got this. Hey, I want to ask you guys. We have 120 people live in Twitch right now. Thank you. We have 350. We still have 500 people watching live at round 6. Triple Crown coming at you. Thank you all for being here. Please send us some more on Instagram. Instagram stories of your setup, where you're watching, where you're enjoying from, because I think we're going to get some more good ones. And like to see where you guys are coming from, all the setups you guys have at Start Your Systems and at awood729. Please send them to me too so I can see. And send those over on Instagram stories, and appreciate that. We love you guys.
We do love you guys very, very much.
Did you get the spreadsheet? It's in Twitch chat.
I'm trying to load it up on my phone right now.
Smart.
Because if I keep clicking out of this,
we will. Who got the 6-week ban? Did you hear that?
The 6-week ban.
Someone said someone got a 6-week ban, and someone else just mentioned it.
I don't know, man. Whatever. Why can't I copy paste from this?
Lee. It's gotta be Lee, right?
Lee.
I love your hammer.
Stop it, dude. You're trying to do that on purpose.
I swear to God, that one I did not. He's the one who posted the hammer on his desk.
Awood. All right, here we go. Lit kit. Matt Cromie, Phil Ski and Snowboard. I mean,
I'm just scared. I don't want to say
anything.
anything. Seen it. Looks good.
Galaxy gear for Spencer.
Hasn't changed.
It could be military. It's space themed.
We leave Space Force.
Dylan Delaire, Canadian, so don't expect him to have the kit.
They have military still, Kellen.
I know they have military.
Still do camo and a freaking flag.
Maybe they don't appreciate the Canadian military.
I don't think they do.
Oh, poor Canada. Balls are actually running a pretty nice Skibbity Motorsports kit right here. I like it.
Skibbity, I do. I really like the bike. This one just is that plus a little bit extra. I like the seat sides having it.
Yeah, the seat sides having it is pretty.
The camo
right there. Is Eaglin got anything? Not really. It's just basic kit. Vial, he's running the camo pants. That's pretty much it though. Sully, the same gear we saw JIBR Co running in the 250 class here for Active Co.
Does look really good though with the numbers being yellow, his boots and matching the number.
It does, yeah. That kit goes together very nicely. Jacob Hubbard, Field Ski and Snowboard.
So this is, there's Alpine Star Phil stuff?
Yep.
So this is just regular, or is this a military one? Because then you have the green weird one Braden was running.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that
Troy
must
Lee.
be just a regular Alpine Stars
It's
kit.
probably just part of their setup.
Same thing with this one too, would be my guess.
I think so.
And then Cade Matherly, just, yeah, this is standard kit. I mean, Carter's stuff is pretty nice. I'm not going to lie.
I love Troy Lee. It's my favorite. That's my gear brand of choice. I don't think I like the pattern up top, and it doesn't feel military. I think if this was like throwback, that would almost work better because I think that it looks like a lava lamp, which actually is cool.
It does look like a lava lamp. You're right about that, but I think the pants being beige is what's supposed to make it like the green and beige military look.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that everyone? We went through them all? Yeah.
We did go through them all. So I don't know what else to do. But, I mean, honestly, with the red plates, it's pretty nice. I'm not going to lie.
Max Wilczek is Max Crank, and Max got a 6-week ban from RF.
That's what happened. Okay.
You don't get banned for 6 weeks for doing something that's not really bad.
Yeah, you probably did something
I'm trying
dumb.
to get people banned
probably
weekly.
Key would be my guess. All right, here we go. Time for 450, race number 2 here in Arlington. Is it going to be Hubbard hole-shotting again? Does he make it past lap 6? Let's find out. Race 2 coming at you. Few guys hit the gate. 3 or 4 guys actually hit the gate, and Hubbard gets away scot-free because either side of him nailed the gate. So Hubbard's going to get the RaceFactorGaming.com Whole Shot Award. He's going to have Siebold and his teammate right behind him. And, Carter, top of the corner again, and down. Siebold down as well. Spencer Turley to the race lead with Seth Shirley in second.
It ain't a whole shit, but he is leading, and Spencer Turley, after a great ride in 450 main one here tonight, comes out hot, and he is feeling himself. It's not it's military appreciation night. He is blasting off to space in his alien gear, but he has some pressure from behind. That is the dirty Shirley right there, number 44, Seth Shirley, trying to make a move, showing some speed. And I think we might see something happen here soon. Man, a lot of guys here very close coming through the sand first lap, Kellen.
Yeah, this is actually going to be a great race right here with Shirley, Deering, Leclerc with a good start. He's in fourth, Cooper Hunt fifth. Remember, he was up in the mix early on as well. And Hubbard actually, despite all the chaos, still ended up in P6 as Turley comes under attack. Shirley around the outside goes into the race lead. And now the 44 machine is going to try to set sail out front of this one. He always struggles with starts in these 450 race championships, but for whatever reason, this one worked out. I think he just was able to slide through all the chaos early on, and now he's got away scot-free. But Turley's trying to go with him, man. Spencer Turley not done with the race leader just yet.
Yeah, Spencer Turley definitely, I mean, he showed speed. He was up there late in the race, so it's not just like he got a good start in the first one and we should kind of let it blow over. Definitely someone to watch here and get a couple good finishes here, average finishes in this Triple Crown, and he could find himself on the podium like we talked about earlier. A little bit of pressure from Ash Deering, and Leclerc right behind him. Other than that, though, it's Hubbard. Everyone behind him did not finish good in the first race at all. So Leclerc obviously looking for a bounce back, but Ash Deering fell off really hard in the first race. And Spencer Turley, there's worse people to have right behind you if you're up front early.
Yeah,
he's comfortable.
Braden Carter update, by the way. He is in 12th. Colby Eaglin 14th for your two championship contenders. So as we watch Spencer Turley just hold on to a solid second place, Leclerc has now gotten around into third. So he's put Ash Deering back to fourth. Hubbard now moves into fifth. Siebold sixth. Schiabro, Vial, Holm, and Carter now into the top 10 as we circulate here on lap number 4. So where does this settle in at? It seems pretty obvious Shirley might get away with the lead, and as I say that, he stacks it up in the corner and Turley goes back to the front. Leclerc puts Shirley down as he goes by him to move into second place. Deering now hot on the heels of the number 7 machine, and Deering might get by him because Leclerc just kind of messed up that rhythm. No, he fights back and triples into the corner cleanly. So now these two both are going to go for the quad. Actually, Deering backs out of it, and Leclerc now setting his sights on our race leader, Spencer Turley. This is insane how good Turley's riding here tonight out of the LCQ.
What's up, my dudes? We're freaking leading a main event after 3 minutes in. Spencer Turley having a great ride tonight. He's just crushing it, dude. I love it. It's cool to see a resurgence from people because I feel like he's been washed up, right? And he comes back and he has a couple good finishes, and to be able to get back to the top level and be beating guys with these names and these resumes is just awesome. So hopefully he can keep it on 2 wheels, bring this in, and man, dude, he might be in for not even just a podium, close to an overall if he can.
Dude, he's ripping.
If he wins this one, he'll have 5 points. Didn't he end up like 4th? So, my Spencer Turley looking great, guys. This is something you haven't seen in a while. So Leclerc's got a little bit on his heels too that he's got to worry about. So Leclerc's not just thinking only one way. Ash Deering only closer to him than he is to the lead. But look at that whoop speed from Alexis Leclerc, one of the best to ever do it in the whoops.
Here we go. If you haven't seen a Spencer Turley, Alexis Leclerc, Ash Deering battle once before, I've seen it 1,000 times before out here in MotoOption Supercross, and we get to see it again. It's amazing the battles that we find ourselves in week after week, and finally we get to see Turley versus Leclerc, 2 OGs of the game battling it out. I mean, you and I both raced these guys 11 years ago, 12 years ago at this point, as Leclerc kind of stacks the rhythm up a little bit. Turley gets a slight bigger gap because of it, but then he also hasn't been getting this quad as clean. This time he does, and now Leclerc has to go back to the drawing board. Where is Leclerc faster, if anywhere, on this track?
For sure, the whoop section. I think that's his biggest strength right here. You'll see him gain a lot of time from not being in the shot, and then once he gets it, you can just see the exit speed. Look at how close, brings it down to 1 bike length and over the finish. The only thing is that Turley has been doing good, nailing the rhythms, but also in the tight sections. kind of broke it down to 3 sections. Whoa, Turley lets him by. Turley lets Leclerc by. What are we doing?
What is that? And he might get him back.
Get by him.
He could have got him back, and he chose not to. He lets Leclerc go. I don't know. Did he not know Deering was right there? Because he seems kind of flustered that Deering is hot on his heels. So now Leclerc goes to the race lead, but he kind of messes up the rhythm section again. Turley's got to figure out, is he just going to go by him with all these mistakes, or what's the game plan here? Oh, he's going to come up short and go down.
I'm about to call the cops on Spencer Turley, dude. That's making me mad. We're cheering you on for being a legend as a couple riders get into Turley, and you're just going to let the leader by and then not fight back when he's making mistakes? I don't know, dude. Spencer Turley
shoves him over the corner.
Thank you, Siebel. He deserves that. Spencer Turley, you get no more hype from me for the rest of this night. What are we doing?
I can't believe that. How do you go from leading this race to 9th in a single lap, and you gave the lead up on purpose? I just don't understand.
You did it yourself.
I don't understand the decision. 1.7 second lead now for Leclerc halfway through this race. And now can he set sail at the front of the field? Because it hasn't been pretty for anyone. No one really has laid down an established run up here at the front. And don't look now, Braden Carter just moved into 4th. He's only 7 seconds back of these guys.
7 seconds back, so not as much as the first race. When we were going through, I saw that red number 1 plate a lot closer than I thought we were going to see it down in the pack. So just very interesting right there. But I think Leclerc, he's washed. Look, he was washed. He won. Then I said Leclerc's back, and he freaking sucked. And then I said he was washed, and look, he's winning again. So I'm just going to keep talking shit on Leclerc as he almost goes through the front door, keeps it on 2 wheels. But he's got ash steering a second and a half, so the gap hasn't really changed. It was 1.7 about 2 or 3 laps ago. So, Leclerc getting a couple kicks, though. He doesn't look very comfortable in these 2 big rhythm sections, so we'll keep an eye on that for the race. But if I was ash steering, I would be very disrespected by some of what I saw from Spencer Turley, and I would be trying to get up there and steal that win, especially when I'm having a good race and everyone else. Vial's in 3rd?
Yeah, Vial somehow has gone up into 3rd. Remember, he was the man that kind of instigated the problems in the last main event.
Yeah, he ruined the first race, was 20th, and Braden Carter was back there. Now Braden Carter is chasing him down for a podium spot. Wonder how close they are, if that's a battle. There's no one really,
Yeah, they are pretty close, actually. Here we go. Deering, Vial, and Carter. Carter has come back with a vengeance, man. I don't know what has been lit inside of him in this race, and Deering stacks it up in front of him, so he has to come to a complete stop right there. By the way, as Carter's down again, gets hit from behind and goes sideways, and he's got some work to do now. Wanted to say really quickly, the 24 of Colby Eagland, who I said earlier tonight has everything going for him with Carter having a bad first race, is in 16th place in this race. So he's just completely thrown a golden opportunity to get the points lead away from him But Carter did just go back to 8th. So now he's on 11-8, and he just cased that quad. I don't know how he doesn't go down right there. Pure luck that he doesn't have a legs right there. But man, this is insane to see how this is shaped out, because I don't know who's about to win this overall with the way it's standing.
I mean, I don't think so. And luckily we have our stats guy doing a spreadsheet, because we're going to have to see. I don't know who. It's weird because the person who's winning might not be the person who's been the most consistent. I want to see a standard deviation. Did someone go 6.6?
Well, Hubbard's looking at 6.4 right now, so
he's going to be the most consistent so far, but you might have someone with a 1.12 that's just edging him out. So Leclerc, though, his ride has been so weird. You don't qualify. I don't know, dude. You can't explain the legend, the Frenchman, Alexis Leclerc, but what you can explain is Holly.
My daughter just walked in the room, and she always has some nice things to say.
A cute penguin.
What did you got to say tonight? Oh, you got your penguin? What's the penguin saying? No one can hear him.
Tomorrow it's a race, and I'm gonna bring my scooter.
There's a race.
It's gonna be so much fun.
Are you gonna race? Are you gonna win? Everybody's gonna win. That's what we're talking about. It's a great fest for us all. To
I
have a
hope
good
you
time.
win. Everyone in chat, please, Holly W in chat. She's going to win this scooter race.
Definitely Holly W's up tomorrow. It's a bike-a-thon that she's going to be in, so she's got to try to do the most laps. We'll see if she's got the stamina. We've been training real hard. 4 years old of putting the grind on.
Are they like the 4-wheel scooters or like a legit?
It's like the tricycle things.
Yeah. Dude. Are they going to let you know if she like actually wins, or is they going to be?
We get to go watch.
Oh,
so, it's on. Dude.
I hope, dude. You better
I'm gonna take my shirt off. just be waving a towel, just going crazy.
It's not a preschool, Kellen.
No,
you can't do that.
Oh,
no,
man.
you should bring like a pit board and ride it. Holly number 1.
Take a breath.
Breath. Let Brock by.
Let Brock by. Oh man, this is great. All right, 1 minute left to go in this race, and we have got Leclerc leading this thing by 5 seconds over Jeremy Seebold. So where are we at right now, iMoto? Because I don't have this sheet up. Like what scores are the lowest actually? Because I feel like I'm seeing some names up here that weren't. Obviously, Hubbard is kind of consistently. Luke Sullivan on a 1.5 right now seems to maybe be in the catbird seat, as Ricky Carmichael would say. I don't know. This could go a lot of different ways.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. This second race feels weird because it feels so opposite of the first one, but it doesn't feel like anyone's going crazy and making like moves through the field that was doing it. It feels like everyone's kind of where they're at. And
somehow Colby Eaglin is back ahead of Braden Carter. We thought Carter might win this race. And suddenly Eaglin is ahead of him.
13th.
Trying to go around Spencer Turley here is Colby Eaglin. But yeah, Braden Carter is behind him again. So either way, Colby Eaglin's going to lead with the points lead. But honestly, this is a massive points night potential for someone like Leclerc, even Seebold, definitely for Luke Sullivan, who's kind of hanging out as a fringe championship hopeful still. Like, these guys can capitalize huge with bad nights out of Eaglin and Carter.
Yeah, I just don't understand, like, they're so close in points. Man, barely making that quad. They're so close in points, but Carter normally is able to, like, lock in and just figure it out. And it's weird to see him struggle through 2 different races. If he has one bad Triple Crown, I almost expect it, because that kind of seems like how he is, but I also expect him to win the others by 30 seconds. So weird to see where he's at right now and like what we're getting from him on this track.
Leclerc.
I don't know. Maybe we'll talk to him and figure out what's up.
Talk to him post-race and
tell him to lock the F in.
Here we got Hubbard versus Sullivan going on for third. This is going to be a good fight to the end. And Pablo Vial is right in there as well. And we know Vial not afraid to send it to get a position as up front. Leclerc's going to try to win this thing. It's still pretty close between he and Seebold, actually. Look at this 3-rider train. This is going to be insane between these 3. Is Sully going to try to make something happen? Hubbard slides out and goes down. Meanwhile, Leclerc up front goes from the LCQ to winning race 2 tonight in Arlington. What a weird turn of events. Seebold second. Sullivan is going to get up to third. That's a 1-3 for him. Vial fourth at the flag, and Hubbard ends up 5th. So 6-5 for Hubbard so far. We have a 5-2, I believe, for Seebold, 1-3 for Sullivan. Ash Deering ends up in 6th. Frank Jackson 7th. Cade Matherly 8th. He's actually, he had a bad first main event, but not too bad here. Main 2. And Braden Carter gets all the way back to 9th, or does he? Yes, he does. Eagland behind him in 10th. So Eagland just keeping it close to Carter as someone yards up in the whoops. Turley.
Oh, and he holds on to her. Suck it, Seth Carr. Spencer Turley is here.
That Kentucky boy is built like a damn brick shithouse out here, man. Look at him go. He can't even get moved out of here.
Oh, my car. What are we doing? Oh, he never got the finish line. He never was able to get over it. Had to come backwards. Luckily, he didn't hit anyone here. Seth Carr, though, throwing it away. Falls all the way back to 16th. My guy, Seth Shirley, P12.
Rip.
Lock.
I still just can't believe that Turley was leading this race and he let Leclerc go, and then it's
first to 12.
Yeah, first to 12.
What are we doing?
Honestly, man, we're not there yet, but next
Oh,
week.
Sully's 1-5.
Next week coming up, we just have a Daytona Disappoint coming right out of Spencer Turley.
Wook Wollovin is his name because he's about to take this W if these guys don't lock in.
I got to take a look at the points again because I'm having a tough time remembering how far back Sully was. But certainly, this is a big night for him. Eaglin could take the points lead as it stands right now. Sullivan was 27 back. Shirley was 25 back. Where did Shirley was 12th in that one, so not a good second race. He's got 312 right now. But Carter was 11 and now 9, right? And then Eaglin was 210? Eaglin was second in the first one? I don't remember where he ended up.
Eaglin was second for 90% of the race. It's hard because they're throwing.
I know. This is chaos tonight, honestly.
I lost the spreadsheet.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Arkansas, Kentucky, it's just, throw a dart. One of those middle of the nation, states in there. He's from there. So.
Arkansas.
It's like that, was it a Vine or a TikTok or whatever, where, why is this Kansas or why is this Arkansas and this not Kansas? You remember that chick?
Oh, yeah.
Why is this Kansas and why is this not Arkansas?
Arkansas. I got the Triple Crown spreadsheet. We're locked.
I gotta just pull it up, honestly.
Okay, Jake Speed. That's 250s. What are we doing? All right, we got it. Luke Wollovin 1-4, Siebold 2-7, Hubbard 3-12, followed by a Colby Eaglin 4-12.
Damn.
So those guys are 1 point apart for third place on the night. We got 5 points.
Damn, son.
I don't know what
Where'd
that
you
value
find
thing
this?
is. It scared me. 5 points, 9 points, 15 points. So that's going to be your gap. So Siebold needs to do other stuff. My mom is trying to text me like,
She
do you
wants
ever have
updates
that?
on the race? She wants updates on the race?
I wish. I'll send her a screenshot. Wyatt Grant, Mom, did you know Wyatt Grant went 5-12 in the 250 Triple Crown? That's for the live third race.
Yes, so let's get you guys up to date on what the situation is going into race 3 of 250s.
Oh, yeah, we're going to 250.
Jake
Sorry.
Spieth on 5, Jackson Vick on 9, Cash Woods on 11, Hayden Stevenson on 12, Wyatt Grant on 12, Brayden Tharp on 12 as well. So it is close.
Is that not first and second moto like a 1-5?
Oh, wait, sorry, you're right. I was looking at the one. But it is Jake Spieth on 6, Jackson Vick on 11, Cash Woods on 14, Hayden Stevenson on 16, Wyatt Grant on... No, wait, that's the right... there's no way there's all those 12s. That's correct. You're messing me up, man. Jake Spieth on 5, Jackson Vick on 9, Cash Woods on 11, Stevenson, Grant, Tharp on 12, Arnbrister 13, Joey Carter 14. That is the correct...
I lied to everyone.
You just threw me off my game.
Did anyone question me in chat about Hubbard and Eaglin both going 12th then? Okay. So how do I do this live third? We'll be all right.
I don't know, man. Here we go. 10 minutes.
I don't know, man. I didn't get to that part of Pulp yet.
10 minutes plus a lap to decide the winner here tonight in Arlington. Who is it going to be? Tanner Thorson's trying to throw his name in the hat, as are several others. It's race 3 of the 250 class from Arlington coming at you right now. Off and running. Pretty good start from the 74, I think that is, of Jackson Vick. He gets hit from behind and pushed all the way to the outside. Tyler Show, Filski and Snowboard, sneaks through the inside to get the early race lead and a bit of a gap. Carson West came up short. Thorson was scooting into second, then gets bumped out of the way. Jose Famador moves into third. As West tries to hold on, Famador might take second away from him, and he will. So now West back to third, Rico Delat fourth, Timmy Briscoe fifth, as Show runs away with the lead. Honestly, no clue what's about to happen right here, because none of the guys we thought would be up front are up at the sharp end of the field right now.
And Tharp is there, I guess, there in 10th, and Spieth in 11th.
There.
So, I got to get this timing back up.
Jackson Vick also was in a good spot. He's going backwards a little bit. Carson West, what was Carson West sitting on before this? I don't even know.
So, do I look at all three, or I look at B?
B?
Or do I look at...
I don't know, man. You got to help me
Where
out
do I
here.
look?
I ask iMoto.
Okay, he's telling me. Sorry, he's doing a good job. I'm just trying to figure out what column to look in for the live updated point.
I will call the race,
Okay.
and it is Tyler
Thank
Show
you.
leading. Carson West just went down in second. That's going to change things again. Rico DeLatte, Timmy Briscoe, Jose Famador, Race Cobble all going by. Race Cobble now into fifth. Cash Woods sixth. Carson West picks it up in P7. Thorson, Tharp, Chelsea rounding out the top 10. And we'll see what happens from here because some of the heavy hitters are still buried. Of course, Tharp in ninth. Wyatt Grant back there. Actually, Tharp just went down again. He's going down the order. So this is critical for Tharp, who looks like he maybe went down in the whoops and allowed Jackson Vick to go by. Remember Jackson Vick? He stood a chance at winning this thing, coming in on 9 points. Jake Spieth. Where is Spieth, by the way? I haven't seen his name at all on this list as Tharp tries to go to the inside of Vick. And Vic goes for the triple in and somehow corrals that thing back together. Spieth is 18th right now on the track, so he's absolutely buried. And, man, this is crazy.
Yes, it is, Kellen. Okay, I think I figured out how it works, but Spieth was leading. I think he dropped back and kind of threw that away. So after they all cross the finish line, he can start to get every lap, get some kind of updates. So we'll see that change throughout the night. I think we're looking in the green highlighted.
I think Cash Woods right now is in a position to win this overall. He is running
Close
in
to
the
Tharp.
sixth spot, and yeah, he's right back there. Actually switched bikes over to a KTM for some reason. The I-Spec ride was on a Cowie all night. Now he's on a KTM, so very interesting changing it up in the last moto. Still running the same kit, but completely different aesthetic as he tries to move around. This is Famador, I believe, into the top 5. Not quite able to get there just yet. It's Woods on 17 as it runs. Jake Spieth on 22. Wyatt Grant 23. Jackson Vick 23. Timmy Briscoe 25. And now Cash Woods goes off the track, allows Carson West to go by. This might be the highest Triple Crown score winner I've ever seen.
I think this
Woods is about to be on 18 points.
I think this 250 class, which you wouldn't expect, because tonight I would have told you that Braden Tharp went 1-1-1 and won it. Everyone else has no idea if they know how to use their thumbs or not. It looks like they've never ridden a dirt bike in this game, but that's just what's happening here. Like, it's crazy how far winning with 17 would be insane. You're telling me I can go there and get 3 6s and probably win it? Like, that's just crazy. But yeah, Cash Word's looking good. I do like when we have the timing, because we can look at the battles between Spieth and Grant and Vic and keep an eye on those names. When you guys see us talking about them, those are the people that are in the catbird seat and close. But honestly, there's 22 points for second and 28th for ninth.
Well, another thing to think about here with Jake Spieth is he doesn't even have to pass that many guys deep in the field to win this race still, as Cash Woods goes around Carson West, who was down. But, if Spieth can get up to, let's say, 13th with the way that it's going right now for the rest of the field, who knows? He could still win this overall.
I think he's in the driver's seat, honestly. I think because he is so far back, the people should be passing should be easier and slower. So just Cash Woods can only move up so far. If you can move up at the same rate, plus a couple more spots, you're going to be trying to steal this away. So Cash Woods struggling right now, trying to make some moves here up the inside, gets it done. Does he keep doing it?
Got around Jose Famador, now trying to jump over
Briscoe.
The 93 of Timmy Briscoe. He's up to 4th, so he's marching forward. Next up, Race Cobble. A few seconds ahead of him, Rico DeLatte just hanging out in 2nd place right now. Show's got himself a 7-second lead at the front, so he is cruising in the race lead right now, and we'll see if he can hold on to it or whether these guys get up there and start mixing it up. Cash Woods brings the score down to a 15-point situation. Joey Carter now moves to 2nd overall on 23. Where is Carter right now? Okay, he's in this fight right here with Timmy Briscoe and Jose Famador, a few other guys. So he's also trying to work his way forward and kind of in a situation where maybe if he gets Cash Woods, he could still win this race.
Yeah. Sorry, you're getting yelled at because you can't spell. You don't say Race Cobble's name right, apparently.
Okay, then
so yeah, I think these
tell him
guys
to send me how you're supposed to say.
He's not telling you either.
Have I said Race Cobble that way for like the last 6 years?
We've said
or
it,
not?
and it's not even like a dumb one where I say it differently than you, like show or showy or whatever. Yeah, Joey Carter. These guys, honestly though, like look how big the gap is. So Cash Woods has huge gaps just to gain 2 points. And I think that's the thing where you're looking at a Spieth that's so far back. Oh, Carter gets buck wild and goes down, loses a couple spots. Almost rode it out, but Jake Spieth, what position is he in? He's
Spieth has now made it into
Tharp?
18th. He's still in 18th. He's got a lot of guys in front of him that he could get, but who knows? As Joey Carter watched Carson West go by, Jose Famador, this could be the most interesting guy right here, Jackson Vick. And as I say that he goes down, he just got within 2 points of Cash Woods with a few passes and then watches 14 other guys go back by. So he's got to do all of it over again, and now less time to do it. Gets a few freebies right there. Tharp was down right there in the mix as well. So Tharp is... see Jackson Vick back to 13th now, so he needs to go get some more passing done. This is chaos, man. I don't know who's going to win this overall, but I do know that Tyler Show is absolutely walking away from this thing at the front. 8-second lead now. Every time we go up here, it's getting bigger. This is crazy. But yeah, the Race Cobble thing, I've said Race Cobble for literally like 5 years. I've seen his name so many times, and the fact that no one has corrected me just means that you guys weren't watching, because now you're talking about it like I haven't said it the whole time. I've said it that way forever.
And now that it's been said like that forever, you are in the position where we don't change how we say it. There's one that's my favorite that I love to say it right, but it's going to stay that way. Can't think of it right now. So Cash Woods working his way up. So Cash can only move up so much further. Like if he gets in the first, that's my whole thing, is if Cash gets all the way to first, right now, Jackson Vick is only 2 spots behind it. So, I think the guys that are in the back are in a better spot, because Cash is like, I need to go out and win and pray that they don't go from 18th to 10th. Like, those 8 spots are going to change it so much.
Yeah, Spieth is up to 16th, for example. Jackson Vick, he's 13th, but he has... all the way up to basically 6th right in front of him. So he could go get those guys. You're right. It's definitely going to come from more of those positions as Race Coble ends up getting passed right now by Cash Woods. So Cash Woods goes into 3rd. Not sure he's going to get much further. Maybe could go get Delat, but it's going to be tough to run down Tyler Show. So let's go back here and try to find these guys. Joey Carter, Braden Tharp, another name that could get up there, but he's going to get really sideways right now. Jax Lindsay. Jackson Vick now finds his way into 12th. So
He's probably going to win this. Jackson Vick, I think he has a better chance than Spieth. Well, right now,
he just went down. He goes up to 11th.
He's so close. He was only 2 points back last time it updated. So making a couple more moves, Jackson Vick is, I think he might be your Triple Crown winner, but not if you do that. You got to hit that triple.
And we only have a minute plus a lap left to go, so he doesn't have much time to get up there. How about Jake Spieth now? 13th place for Jake Spieth. He's trying to get more and more positions. He needs probably, again, 5 or 6 more time. Or scoring is about to update for us again, I'm sure here. So we'll see exactly where Spieth's situation is at. But it looks like Cash Woods on 14 and Spieth on 18. Actually, Woods on 15 because he lost another spot. He's now behind Coble again. So Jake Spieth needs to go past into the top 10 basically, and he could still win this overall. This is so difficult, man. These guys are all over the place.
Yeah, apparently my iPhone doesn't update. I have to keep refreshing so it's struggling. But yeah, it's just crazy. These guys, you would think that the ones that have room to move up would be and only need 2 or 3 more spots would be the guys in the best seat. But right now, Cash Woods just tried to move up as far as he can and hold on to her and pray and hope that he can take this thing home. Jake Spieth is riding well, though, after being down early and I saw him all the way back in 18th or 19th, so to see him working his way back up is pretty good. But, man, this is the night that everyone has had one really bad race. There's a little block pass in front of him.
Wyatt Grant getting block pass, and then Spieth almost gets into the back of him. That's Jackson Vick trying to work his way forward still. He's in the 10 spot now. Another rider just went down, I think. McIntosh was down, so you guys going by. White flag is in the air, though, and that is the story to watch up here. Tyler Show walked away from this race rather easily. Looks like he's going to take this win, but now as I say that, he starts making some mistakes. Rico Delat's still hanging tough. Cash Woods is still 4th. Tharp has made it all the way to 6th. That still is up for grabs here. We'll see if Spieth can get a couple spots on the final lap. Could even sneak into the top 10 and maybe win this overall. But either way, Tyler Show is going to bring us all the way to the flag here and win race number 3.
Oh!
No, he's down. Rico Delat is going to get this win. Unbelievable. Rico Delat wins race 3. Tyler Show gets 2nd. Race Coble gets 3rd. And Cash Woods, we think, is going to win this race, but we're not sure yet. Ryan Chowsey, Tharp looks like he's going to end up in 6th. Well, Chowsey was down, but yes, he'll
6th, but maybe 3rd overall,
Joey
unless
Carter,
Jake Spieth
7th.
can make
Jackson
moves.
Vick is trying to get into 8th here on the last lap. Oh, Carson West was ahead of these guys. I didn't see that. Jackson Vick 9th. Wyatt Grant's down. Jake Spieth is going to get 10th. I think, I don't know.
He might be one short.
Going to be.
If that was because I have him 2 behind, that might be 1 short, but does it go by winning one or the best 3rd race?
I think it's best 3rd race
So
if I'm not mistaken.
Going to need a lot. Cash Woods is going to win that tiebreaker there. We'll see once everything completely updates and we get it. But man, what a crazy final. That was the worst commentator's curse I've ever seen,
Dude,
Kellen.
I can't believe Show went down. I was calling him for the win,
know.
and then he crashes.
I need to stop talking like 10 seconds before. You normally call him into the win.
Okay, so Cash Woods and Jake Spieth tied. I believe the tiebreaker is better final moto score, which is Cash Woods, who picks up his first career 250 main event victory here in Arlington with an unreal score of who the fuck knows, honestly. Like, I don't even know what the score is. A 4 and a 5?
He was 3,
3,
then
7,
8, because he went to 11. So 3, 8,
4. Wow. 384 wins the overall. Are you kidding me? God,
You just had to
for that when I race, man. Jesus.
Fifth. If you told some of these guys, hey, just go out there and get 5th, they'd be like, no, I'm trying to win. You'd be like, yeah, you're going to.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
That is really cool for
250 class, dude. You just can't beat it. Just so
okay, so
crazy.
Unofficially, we believe the scores to be Cash Woods on 15, Jake Spieth on 15, Jackson Vick 17 also gets on the podium. Braden Tharp on 18 ends up in 4th, and Joey Carter on 21 rounds out the top 5. So really nobody gained anything on Tharp. He actually pulled away again even further in the championship with this 4th place tonight. But Cash Woods leaves here tonight as a first-time winner.
awesome. I mean, just what a hell of a way to do it. I guess come out and have a good last race and be the best of the rest right there. That's pretty cool, though. I think it's cool to get your first win in like a super hectic night, right? Where you had one really good finish. You went 3-8, what, 3-8-4, 3-8-5, 3-8-4 to take it down. So after that 3, you're feeling good. That 8, you're probably in a blender, and you're like, screw it, let's just go out there and do the best I can. And it happens to be enough. Awesome for you, Cash. Super cool. He was pumped. You could see him bar humping when we were watching him there afterwards. So, wow, what a.
And no, Tharp was not undefeated. What
a round.
I think one's round 2 to 4, but the winner of the opening round was Hayden Stevenson. So Tharp was not undefeated, but that's okay. Still a very good season so far for him. 5-1-1-1-4, I think is his score so far. Not too shabby. Mr. Brandon Tharp. All right, final race of the night for the 450s. Let's take you guys through this score as it is right now. Luke Sullivan on 4, Jeremy Seabolt on 7, Jacob Hubbard on 12, Colby Eagland on 12, Seth Shirley on 15, Ash Deering on 17, Johnny Padani on 19, Alexis Leclerc, who won the second race, on 20, Braden Carter on 21, and Frank Jackson on 22. So this is going to be insane as well. Buckle up for this one. This race is about to be a good one.
Yes, I do have a quick Leclerc update. He is racing since round 2 in Thailand on a laptop.
Hey, all right then.
From with 400 ping.
Interesting Leclerc update. Well, Luke Sullivan's all the way down the inside trying to win his first race of the season. Here we go. Race 3 underway here in Arlington. Leclerc gets a pretty good jump. Sully's trying to force his way in there, and a lot of guys are going to get better starts than him, but Sully gets right along the tough blocks. Going to come out in about 9th. Hubbard gets the RaceFactoryGaming.com whole shot again. This time Seth Carr is with him. Is that Balzer up there? Well, no, it's Badani, excuse me. Moving up into the 3 spot, then gets landed on by Adam Holm and Seth Carr. Jeremy Seabolt went through, so Seabolt in a good spot. And Sully right now is in, oh no, he's buried. Yeah. Sully in 18th. This is huge for Seabolt as going down with Seth Carr in the whoops.
That is huge. Seabolt, Hubbard, Eaglin, and Sullivan are you guys to look out for up front. And right now, Seabolt is trying to capitalize on it. And when you get the news that the only guy in front of you in points so far on the night is in 18th, and you're now leading the race or second in the race, that's kind of the best news you can get. He just needs to lock in, and this is one of the most important times to just not fall early. You don't need to go fast. You can get past a couple times. Do not fall. Stay inside the top 5. And you're probably going to win this night if you keep it on 2 wheels.
So Seabolt is in a very good position right now in second. I mean, Hubbard coming into this one was only 5 back of Seabolt. So if for some reason he can go out and win this race as well and then put some people between him and Seabolt, you never know what could happen there either. Colby Eaglin, he's trying to have a good final race of the night, but so far not great in 14th. Braden Carter 15th. Honestly, what happened to Braden Carter's starts? Well, I mean, he had some good starts in this one and went down early, but this one, another bad start, ends up deep in the field, and his teammate getting out front. Something is going on with the one right now.
Yeah, what I'm curious about, too, along with that is normally Braden Carter is good for 3 or 4 weirdo races throughout the whole 17-round Supercross series. We're seeing 3 weird starts and races in one night, so not really sure. Normally, Triple Crown, I think I even said it earlier, he's allowed to have 1 crappy race, and then you're still going to end up fine because he'll probably win the other 2. I just don't understand it. It seems very unlike Braden Carter to kind of do that. So,
want to give a shout out in chat real quick. Don't know if he's still watching, but my man Chris Kiefer's tuned in tonight. He just texted me. He just texted me a photo of him watching it. So I love it. I know his son Aiden is actually big into the gaming stuff as well. So cool to see them tuning in. We got a lot of celebrities watching tonight, man. It's awesome how much support has come in the middle part of this championship, because normally we get tons of people watching Anaheim and then no one watching by the time we get to the middle of the season, or at least not a lot. You know, we get like 1,000 people at A1, and then we're down to like 300 by the mid part of the season. We're still over 400 people watching now, and it's been that way all night long. So appreciate the support, no question about it. All right, so here we go. Hubbard still leads, but Seth Shirley just made the pass on Seabolt into second place, and Shirley is closing that gap down. He wants to gain some good points tonight on Braden Carter as well. Remember, Carter having a terrible night right now. Currently sitting 13th overall as it runs for the defending champ and current points leader. So if you're Shirley, this is a golden opportunity. Sitting 3rd overall for him to gain some huge points in the championship. Obviously for Eagland, finishing 5th as it stands right now overall. He'll take over the championship lead. So big nights all around, but now if you're Shirley, just go try to get this race win if you can.
Yeah, I mean, Shirley's been awesome all night, and I think it's just a bad kind of start. But Shirley showed up last week too. He was really good. He's just a little bit inconsistent, but looking good right now and trying to work his way forward. I think he's got it. His speed looks good. He almost reminds me how Sullivan was too, where it was like he didn't have it and then he started to slowly figure it out and work his way forward bit by bit. I think Shirley needs to take this win and just kind of use it as a confidence builder moving into next week. You had a couple bad starts, go out and win next round.
All right, so here we go, firing down the start straight into the sand section, and Shirley just putting the heat on Hubbard, and Hubbard surviving, but red alert in chat. It is lap number 6 of the race right now, and Hubbard threw it away on lap 6 of race 1. It was in the corner after the quad, coming up 2 turns away from here, so let's see if he survives or if Shirley just tries to go to the race lead. Little short on that tabletop right there, and now gives Hubbard a little bit of breathing room. This is where it was, though, the quad. Over it cleanly this time, and off we go. So that's a good sign. Hubbard still looking confident 6 laps into this thing.
Does he make it through the whoops right now, yes or no?
Yes.
He was greased. That's why I let my breath out a little bit early because I knew he was dialed. Hubbard's awesome, man. I love when he gets good starts and rides good because it shows you he starts so consistent and you just never know. You always have to be thinking, is he going to finally make it happen? When he rides good and smooth, it's like, what? Just do that all the time, dude. You put yourself in the best spot over and over and over again. And he throws it away on lap 7. He must not have counted the first lap because it wasn't a full lap to the finish line.
That rut kind of just grabbed his rear tire and pulled it around as he came out of that corner. And now your new race leader again, Seth Shirley, goes to the front. So Shirley, with that pass, moves to 16 points. Hubbard goes from 13 up to 14 points. Seabolt will actually go from 10 points down to 9 points. So it gets even better in his situation. Trying to close in on this race win. And if you were with us last week in Detroit when Seabolt finished second, just narrowly missing out on the win to Jacob Hubbard, we talked about win droughts, and Seabolt was the 2020 MotoOption Supercross champion. Well, the last time he was in the winner's circle in this series was 2021 Atlanta 2, way back when. So it's been a long time, almost 4 years, even longer than the drought that Jacob Hubbard broke last week in Detroit. So this is going to be a huge moment for Seabolt if he can hold on and get the job done here tonight. And I'm sure he'll be stoked, regardless of which, if he doesn't win this final race, to just walk out of here as the overall winner.
Yeah, I mean, he's in the best spot right now. Six minutes in, you're in second. You don't need to go anywhere. You have a pretty good points lead on everyone. Just keep it on 2 wheels. Don't jump off the track. Let Shirley go by. Let that happen. Or not Shirley. Who's that?
That right there was nobody. But yeah,
maybe in
Hubbard's still
last.
right behind him.
Hubbard's still behind him. Sorry, all the gray gear threw me off. So just let people go by if you make a mistake and stay on 2 wheels because that's all you got to do. But now you got Hubbard, this maniac, right behind you. And
Shirley was down. Shirley went down with the race lead, and Seabolt now goes to the front. So 1, 2, 3, shuffling around a little bit. That is the lap traffic of Braden Castellaneta on the number 22 machine, just ahead of Seabolt. But look at this fight, man. It is relentless. Now Seth Shirley does a little bit of the trailing once again as Seabolt goes to the race lead. And this is new era versus old. 2 of the best 250 Supercross racers in the game's history going at it here for the 450 supremacy in Arlington. Seabolt clean through the whoops. I mean, those whoops are starting to get beat down a little bit, but these guys are barely touching them. They're going so fast.
The whoops in the 250 look like a minefield, and in the 450 class, it looks like the whoops are the ones where they get flat and they can just kind of ride across them. I don't know if it's just, we see that week in and week out. The bikes do ride differently, but they're just, no one's really having trouble compared to the 250s. But look at this. Shirley trying to make some moves a little bit faster in some of these transitions in and out of the corners. Unable to make it work, though. Let's see, big quad up line. He cases it, get hung up. Still able to get that triple out. Thought Shirley was going to come up alongside him, unable to make it happen or get the quad. So Seabolt gets a little bit of breathing room and now can just kind of focus on staying on 2 and putting that charge forward, not having to worry about so much what's going on behind him.
Yeah, and I think this race of all races tonight, lap traffic is going to come into play just like that.
Oh my God.
Totally coming backwards out of the corner, must have just slipped the rear end around. And there's another group of lappers coming up that Seabolt is going to hit. Now, if you're Seabolt here, you're looking at a 5-point advantage overall on the night. You don't need to win this race to win the overall. Do you maybe let Seth go, or is he just going to try to go out and win this race regardless?
I think if he's on your ass and he's pressuring inside the corners, I think you let him go because it's you don't need to go down. You can't really predict, right? One guy comes up, you fall over and takes your front wheel out and you fall off the bike. That's 10 seconds you're not getting back. I think if this pressure stays right now, he's going to hit the brakes and let him go. And doesn't as much as I thought.
Not over yet. Trying to get back to the inside. Thought about it and tucks back in behind Seth Shirley. But Shirley took advantage of that nice quad down the inside. And honestly, I thought that was a very clean and measured pass by Seth Shirley. Didn't run him high. Gave him actually, I think, running room in the rut in the corner and still made the pass stick. So that was a good fight. And now if you're Seabolt, look, you can settle down here. You still have a 4-point advantage over Luke Sullivan, who is sitting on 12 points. And, I mean, Sully's got the work to do. He's 8th right now. He's got to try to get more passes done. Matherly right in front of him. Eaglin, another name that's up there trying to get into a podium position. Sullivan's got to start clicking guys off here.
Yeah, I think Sullivan definitely has some work to do, but I just don't know if he can do it with how comfortable Seabolt is out front. Seabolt, man, I can't believe he said mama didn't raise no bitch and just kind of went back at him, because I told him, I said lay up, and then he does, but then fights right back. And man, just I wouldn't be gambling with that, but hey, a win is a win. Even in one Triple Crown main, Seabolt's going to keep pushing, but he maybe does need a win, because maybe he thinks Sullivan is going to get through all this. He's probably got spotters, says, hey, you have 4 spots, but Sullivan has 5 guys right in front of him. So you got to keep moving forward as much as you can. And I think that's what Sullivan's trying to do, just locking in here, midpoint of the race. Actually, 10 minutes in, we don't have that much time left, right?
No, it's
2 minutes plus a lap?
A minute and a half plus a lap. We're over the 10-minute mark by a good little margin here. So if you are Sullivan, you got to get on your horse. It is now 9-11 with Seabolt in second place. He is on 9 points, and Sullivan is on 11. Remember, the tiebreaker is the final moto, so Sullivan actually has to get 3 passes done. Good news for him, though. A lot of guys still pretty close right here, and if there's some crashing to be had, he could take advantage as he's going to try to get to the outside of Eagland, and he makes the pass stick, so up into the 6th spot now. Next up, Matherly just in the whoops ahead of him, and then Hubbard at the end of the whoops right now. That is where he has to get to try to win this overall. It is not out of the question just yet.
So only 2 more spots, right?
Pretty much, yep.
Okay, so yeah, and that good. I guess that's good. The only thing is, if he does get 1 more and they tie, Seabolt has that better finish tiebreaker up front. So Sullivan, yeah, I guess that's why we see Seabolt needing to try to push for this win, and Sullivan, that gives him just a little bit more breathing room. But you look on the track right now, every time you see the camera change sections, you see the 2 or 3 guys that he's chasing are just right in front of him. So keep it on 2. Look at that stacked rhythm.
And he
dives.
Him, but he's going to lose a spot to Eagland because of that. So he gains 1 and loses 1 right back. That would have been for the tie. And then Hubbard going the other way is the man that he still needs to get. I don't know. I think dumb. It's a little bit too long, too lost here. He's got to hope for some mistakes either out of Frank Jackson or Hubbard going down late. Then Eagland and Sullivan in the whoops right now. So it's still 9-10. I mean, I guess if you're Seabolt here, just try to lock it down and hope that you hold on to this position as he puts Braden Carter a lap down, by the way. That's crazy to see the number 1 and championship leader going backwards. But yeah, Seabolt, just lock it down for second here, huh?
Yeah, I think you chill out. He's definitely got people telling him, and he knows exactly where his competition is and what they have to do. And I think it's more than Seabolt needs to do. He doesn't have to worry about. Just stay smooth, stay out of the lappers. But dude, that move by Sullivan, like, why? What are you doing there?
Well, I think he didn't know that Matherly was going to, come up as short as he did. So it's a bit reactionary.
I thought it almost looked like he was like, hey, he's coming up short. Let me go and clean him and make sure it happens. I think if he just went into the corner regularly, he would have shot right past. And I don't know. I feel like the contact was made on him, but maybe I'm reading that situation wrong. Braden Carter trying to not even unlap himself because this isn't for the lead. He's already lapped, but he's trying to go and make more moves. He's got the red plate, but Seabolt's over here trying to win this round. A little bit more breathing room as there's a small mistake, but leader we're on the white flag.
We are on the final lap right now, and what a long wait it has been for Jeremy Seabolt to hoist the trophy once again in MotoOption Supercross. The 2020 champ is about to do it once again after almost 4 years since it happened last. Seth Shirley wins the race, but Jeremy Seabolt, for the first time since 2021, is a MotoOption Supercross winner. The 2020 champ is back in the winner's circle here in Arlington as he finishes up with a score of 9 in the Triple Crown. It's Frank Jackson who ends up 3rd, Hubbard 4th, Eagland 5th in this race. He had Sully cross the line right behind him, so we'll have to see if penalties change anything there. But even if it does, he still needed a couple of positions. Matherly 7th, Deering 8th, Leclerc ends up 9th, Seth Carr 10th, 11th for Cooper Hunt, and Carter 12th. Carter unofficially looks like he is going to end up 9th overall, having, I don't even think, did he finish top 10 any of the motos? So 9th overall for none of the top 10s is actually not that bad.
It's kind of bad. It's really bad, though.
Well, I mean, 9th overall when you go 10, 12, 11 or whatever it is.
Can we call him?
No, come on.
Like a 2 minute, like a 1 minute thing.
He's going to be so pissed.
Say, what the fuck?
He's going to be pissed.
I'll call him when we finish up.
It is now confirmed by a single point. Jeremy Seabolt wins the Triple Crown in Arlington. Well done to the 10.
A lot more respectable, too. Under 10 points. Unlike the 250 class, who couldn't get their shit together. Jeremy Seabolt comes across. I mean, he knew what he had to do. He did it coming in, and it's awesome to see these old guys, dude. Freaking crushing
That's
it.
a long time coming for Siebold too.
Yeah.
I mean, there were years where we thought he wasn't even coming back because he was missing so many races on the trot, and wow, cool
He
to see him
almost-
get back in the winner's circle.
I'm pretty sure he like almost lost his number, like did a full season of like not racing or not showing up. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, let's get back into our screen here with you guys and wrap this thing up here tonight from Arlington. Kellen Brower, Andrew Wood in the booth, and yeah. First time winner in 250s with Cash Woods and a first time and a long time winner in the 450s with Jeremy Siebold. Fun night of racing for sure. It's just cool when we have different winners. I think we've now had 5 different winners through 7 rounds of the 450 class. The 250 class just keeps giving us new winners as well. So what we like to see, man, parity in this series.
Yeah, and the 250 class is fun. We came into it saying that this dominant, and I know he hasn't won every race, but this dominant Braden Tharp that is running away with the points was just going to win all of them after a very boring first 250 moto, and then that turned into be one of the best races that, or nights of racing and just craziest where we didn't know what was going to happen. So every week you think you know what's going to happen. You think Braden Carter's going to slowly pull away from Eagland or whatever, and it's sim, man. It's even more predictable or unpredictable than real life, and I think that's why we love it. Week in and week out, coming and watching these races and bringing you some action, and hundreds of you guys show up and watch live every night, or every Wednesday.
Absolutely. And speaking of that unpredictability that Andrew just mentioned right there, Colby Eagland gets 5th tonight, and Braden Carter unofficially gets in the 9 spot. Ties with Spencer Turley for 9th, but I think is going to get it on the tiebreaker. So if my math is correct, since we're all down into the single points here, that is a 4-point swing. Eagland was 2 back. Now he should be 2 up heading into Daytona.
Yes. I think the math is easy now for us with that. Colby Eagland, kind of mentioned it earlier. I think he could win by consistency because Braden has those weirdo races, and this one, I got to figure out. I'm gonna get to the bottom of it for all you guys after this race is or after this is over, because if he does that 1 or 2 more times, Eagland's not going to be outside of 5th. I don't think. Eagland doesn't have those races. He's been slow and steady chasing, and if Carter wants to 5-peat, he's got to lock in.
I was trying to get the
tighten it up. TIU.
Yeah, I was trying to get the updated point standings for you guys. I'm on the Race Factory page, and I really wanted to show it before we signed off here tonight, but it looks like they have not got the results in just yet from here tonight. So, yeah,
it's a 5th to a 11th overall. That's going to be more than 4 points.
No, it's 5th to 9th. Carter finished P9 overall.
I didn't refresh.
Yeah, come on. You got this.
Sorry.
But anyway, does look like that Colby Eagland heading into Daytona next week will have those red plates on his
Go
bike.
Colby.
First time this year it hasn't been Carter, I think, right? Or no, Leclerc had it at round 3 after winning in or finishing 2nd in San Diego. And that was the last time, because then Carter won again in Anaheim, swept Anaheim again this year, his home race, and then took off with it from there. So yes, Eagland up by 2 heading into Daytona. Halfway point coming up in this championship. Do you have a favorite?
Carter's my guy, but I think Eagland might bring a stop to it. I think the consistency, here's what Carter needs to do. He's also, I don't think that good at, he sucks at outdoors.
Yeah, Daytona's probably the worst round for him.
You're going to see Eagland, Sullivan, Balzer, Leclerc, like these guys. Surely these outdoor guys go win. He might get 6th if he has a good race. And then I think fuck, dude, I don't think he's going to do it. I think Eagland's going to stop it.
Wow. Of all people, it's going to be the consistent guy, Colby Eagland.
Carter needs to win 3 of the next 4 rounds, so I'm giving him a pass on Daytona to win. Like, if he gets 5th at Daytona, he needs to win the next 3.
Okay.
If he doesn't win either of those, I think he's done.
All right. Well, we'll have to see how it plays out. Like we said, Daytona, not a Braden Carter track that we're heading to next week for round 8 of this championship. We have 10 more races to go, and it is still as close as it gets in this 450 championship. I mean, we can talk about the fact that Luke Sullivan also had a good night. He's going to be closer in this championship fight as well. Seth Shirley, I think, ended up on the box. He is going to inch a little bit closer as well. So those guys are also starting to build momentum, while Eagland and Carter, Didn't have the best of nights. Even so, we still have a change for the championship lead. What a fun night, though, here in Arlington. Appreciate you guys so much for joining and supporting the stream all the way through. Can't thank you guys enough for all the support. Seriously, it's super appreciative that everyone tunes in every single week, and try to get you guys involved. The Instagram stories, do more of that stuff as well. Hopefully, when we come to Daytona, we'll have even more fun stuff to do for you guys. RaceFactoryGaming.com and the Race Factory Gaming track crew, big shout out to them. Of course, huge thank you to MotoOption Clothing for backing the series for 15 years and counting here for the game. Incredible stuff all around. Great night of racing for the Triple Crown. And I think that's it. I don't think there's much more to say other than sayonara, huh, buddy?
So long for now.
So long for now. All right, guys, we'll see you next week for Daytona. Thanks for tuning in, and so long for now.
Shredding.